not
to
TV,
display
can
it.
you? Yeah, oh, there is. Sorry.
No.
It's probably there.
Mm.
Or the top
Can
one.
you scroll up? Because I can't see its score.
Yeah. But I was going to go through the match.
There we go. Oh yeah. Sorry.
I was going to go through the starting lineup. 1 sec. Sorry.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're live. Sorry, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Cheers. Are you drinking anything, Ollie, tonight?
I don't know if you've heard of this exotic Spanish beer called Carling. But I'm having a Carling. An appointment with, yeah. Appointment with Dr. Carl never goes amiss, you know?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
To be fair, mate, what it is it's 12 cans for £8 down the local shop. So that's why I drink it.
That is cheap as fuck.
And you know London prices, so.
Yeah, I do. Well, I hope everyone listening has got a drink because I think we'll bloody well need it tonight, lads. I really do.
Big game, innit?
Let's have a little look at the starting lineup. So, Ollie, you're joining me tonight. At least we're going to come back for half time, hopefully, for a little natter.
That's the plan. I might do the first few minutes of the game and then come back for half time. Because I do the report and the goal vids for people who don't know. So if it's a quieter game, got less to do. But if it's a game with a lot of goals, then we'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'll do at least a bit of this.
So what do we think? CDK up front with Lookman. That's quite scary.
So what I think, and this is controversial, is that Gasparini is running a little bit scared. He's left his top scorer on the bench.
He has.
He doesn't like the idea of playing. So I don't know, and if there's any Atalanta fans on the stream, which I doubt there are.
Yeah,
I'm just watching the TNT stream here. And they've got a big double, what they call it, a two-stick flag of Retegi's face on it, and I'm kind of wondering if
yeah, I've got it as well, mate. You're a bit ahead of me, by the way. So
all right, hold on a minute. I'm going to pause
5 seconds.
I'm going to pause it for 5 seconds, and then we'll hopefully be aligned. So I'm watching it on TV, you see.
Me too.
There we go. Right, so I've got Lookman now licking his tongue.
No, I'm still behind. Wait.
Right, hold on a minute. Teams in the tunnel? Tell me what teams in the
tunnel.
Right, there we go. Yeah. Okay, right. So
perfect.
Right. So yeah, I'm just wondering about that because I can't imagine many other teams in Europe leaving their top scorer on the bench for such an important league game. You know, Retegi scored 12 already in Serie A. He's leading the Capocannoniere by 3 goals. He's the kind of player that I feel like Milan maybe should have gone after in the summer. You know, they signed him for 20 mil from Genoa. And I'm not saying that both of our strikers are awful, but you see him banging in the goals and you think there was a player that we scouted when he was in Argentina. But we'll wait and see.
Do you know who's going to have a blinder of a game? Karnaseki, Atalanta's goalkeeper. I'm telling you, he's going to have a great game.
Yeah.
I like our gold jackets though. Then the guys who, if you're not watching, they're beautiful. Our away kit pre-match jackets.
Yeah, they are gorgeous. Yeah. I tell you what, the stadium as well. I guess it's the Gewis Stadium now. Looks stunning compared to what it did a few years ago when it was the Atleti de Azzurri. Really nice.
Have you been to Bergamo? It's one of my
favorites.
I've been to Bergamo
I love it. Several times, but only really had to look around once. And the most striking thing was gorgeous architecture, quite small, and then a massive shopping centre, the Oreo Al, whatever it is.
The name of it.
Near the airport.
Yeah,
huge shopping centre. But and then you obviously get on the Autostrada up to Milan,
it's one of my favourite. It's actually one of my favourite because it isn't too big. It's close to Milan, but then it's a little bit more north, so you're closer to, like, if you want to go skiing. You go to San Pellegrino as well, which is obviously where the water's from. Unbelievably beautiful there.
I love their lemon water.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What do you think about our lineup then? The Musa on right wing.
This is his team now, right? I guess, and I'm kind of happy that it's taken a bit of time, but he's settled on this. Now, if it were to fail miserably tonight, then we lose, several goals to 0, then I think we need another bit of introspection. But I can't blame him for picking this team. That's all I'll say. The game dynamics are another thing, but I like the Musa role on the right, the balancer type thing. He can tuck in, play right back, he can play wing back, he can play central midfield, he can push up, and we know his delivery is okay occasionally, but I'm just interested to see because Fonseca said in his pre-match press conference, and he said it prior to that. After we beat Real Madrid, he said about games in Serie A being so different because teams in Serie A play man to man, and I think Atalanta are the best example of that.
Oh,
Like they will pin you
yes,
man to
100%.
man all across the pitch, and I'm interested slash excited slash fearful to see how that goes because I think Fonseca knows that we're going to struggle against that type of thing. We'd much rather play against zone
Oh,
because of the.
yeah, 100%.
But who
I'm a big
knows?
proponent. I think Atalanta play the best football in Italy. I think they're the second best team in Europe right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I genuinely, obviously, I think Liverpool are the best at the moment, but I
Mm.
think Atalanta are a very close second. We saw it last season, and they've developed that. Gasperini's developed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I said it on the chat. I think Fofana is our clear weak point. Not as in he isn't weak; he's our strongest part. But if you can get him out of the game or stop him from obviously his really important role that he has in our team, then I think we're really going to struggle. And obviously, Atalanta overloaded midfield. But I do. Am I right in saying Fonseca do a 5-3? He does. It's like a 5-3-2
Out
kind
of
of thing.
possession as a
Yeah.
5-3-2. Yeah. In
So
possession, it's more of a 2-5-3. But
so that might
that's how it's
help.
been. But that's how it's been for the last few games, and those games with
Mm,
Slovan Bratislava, Empoli, and Sassuolo. Like no disrespect to them, but this is a totally different challenge. So
yeah.
we'll have to wait and see how this goes. He might have a completely different idea in mind. But like when I was looking at the lineups, people were talking about Reinders v Edison, like
Mm,
being the main battle. They shouldn't play on the same side in paper. It should be Reinders v Darun or Darun, however you pronounce it.
yeah.
They should like the compatriots should come up against each other face to face. It should be Musa probably tucking in to counter Edison in the build up, and it should be like the movement. Fonseca's spoken about how like formations are just a paper thing, and really when the players start moving, it becomes a lot more fluid than that. And I think that's what we're about to see. I think this is going to be like a really really interesting chess match.
There will be goals. Guys
Yeah.
watching, there's going to be goals tonight.
Got any questions in then? What was
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah. Guys,
Yeah,
welcome.
Gasperini.
Obviously, thanks for joining.
Oh my God, we're in.
We're in. Yeah, kicked off. It's kicked off.
Oh, I'm a little bit ahead, am I?
Yeah, you are, I think,
You
mate.
tell me
Sorry.
when you kick off. Tell me
Right.
when you get to 18 seconds and I'm going to hit play.
Okay, fine. Mate, I'm
Yeah.
miles behind. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Fuck me, we were
Uh,
in as well. Jesus Christ.
I know.
All right, I'm at 18 now. Hit
Right, there
play.
we go. Playing. That was a big chance early
Jesus.
doors. Do you remember when we scored
Pulisic,
after
yeah.
about 17 seconds when Calabria tucked in that rebound and we
Mm.
beat them 3-2 in the Scudetto season? That was vibes of that. So hopefully promising.
Guys, nice to see everyone. Nice to see
Yeah.
everyone. We'll go through some of the comments in a moment, but I think this is going to be a pretty
Bit of a
exciting
gunfight.
game.
I like a good gunfight, don't you? So
I do.
if you
I
we
pay
scored 15 in our last 5 and they've scored a league high 34 goals this season, so everybody's expecting it to be wide open, plenty of goals, and that's why I think it could be a 1-0 or a 1-1.
Oh, don't.
Italian football works in weird
It is
ways. Like
weird, yeah.
like into Juve, you think the two best defenses in the league are going to serve up a shocking game, 4-4.
4-4,
You know,
yeah.
like it can happen that way sometimes. So we'll wait and see.
I tell you what, Lookman's. I know this is completely irrelevant to what we're just talking about, but there's no way they're going to keep hold of Lookman next season. No
No,
way.
I know. I mean, he was supposedly like on the verge of going to PSG in the summer, wasn't he? So
Mm.
we'll wait and see. I think it'd be a shame because I think they've shown a lot of faith with him. He's not always been fully fit, and he's not always been in as good form as what he was last season. But what
He
I
was a
will
Prem
say
flop,
is,
wasn't he?
yeah, he was. Yeah. And then he went to Leipzig, didn't he? But one thing I will say is that, like, I don't have to like Atalanta because they don't like us. However,
I respect them. I
I
do respect them.
respect their
I
project.
do.
I respect their coach, and I respect the way that they do things. Like their wage bill is 53 million,
Yeah, it's nuts.
and ours is like
They're a good
109.
advert for Italian football.
Very, very good in
Yeah.
terms of what you can do with the budget. And
There it is.
winning the Europa League the way that they did was, you know, that performance in the final against Bayer Leverkusen is
A
if
masterclass. It's a
yeah,
masterclass.
touch wood, have kids, and they ask me about the best performance they've ever seen, I'll say that. Like it was oh shit.
Oh fuck's sake.
Over the
Jesus.
bar.
Luckily Pasalic is awful. But
well, he's ex-Milanista, so we need to
well, yeah, he is, but I don't think he's very good.
Where's number 8? You need to keep an eye on his betting account.
Edison, on the other hand, is a cracking little player.
Yeah, I'd love him. Yeah. I said in the summer that Edison would have completed our midfield, and I thought you could have maybe got in there for like 40 mil just prior to him exploding the way that he did, but we clearly weren't willing to drop that on a single player. So, you know, benefit of hindsight and all that. But I think he's an outstanding player.
Oh, he is. It's been again, if you're able to watch or listening along or watching while listening to us, it's been pretty end to end, hasn't it? The first sort of 3-4 minutes.
Yes, I'd say so. Yeah. It goes against my prediction of it going against the prediction of it being an open game in the sense that it actually is an open game. But I don't think it suits us this way. I think we need to make it as low event a game as possible, which is not what people want to hear. But in a game like this, you want to show as head coach, like in Fonseca's position, you can show up and just nullify a team like this. You know, a team that are scoring 2.5 goals per game. Just show that you can cause them
that.
Yeah, cause them big problems. And
oh my god,
I don't know if you will be able to do it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They cut. I don't know. We got back though. We got back into shape quite well, but that's fine.
Because you've got to have a bit. So there's a really, really difficult balancing act associated with this, in the sense that we saw the Juve game. So like we were conceding way too many goals. We conceded 3 to Cagliari the game before the November international break. And then the game after it, it's like, right, it's Juve, must win at home. They're not brilliant. They don't have any registered strikers playing. Here's our chance. And yet we played out this 0-0 draw where I still think we were the better side, but
we were, yeah.
But it doesn't do anything for anyone. And it's like, you know, you need to show that you can force the game in certain moments. So if we're in this game and it's 0 apiece after 60 minutes, that's your moment to be like, right, we've got these sorted, you know, and we can push on a little bit. Got to do everything with an element of like rationale, and it's so difficult. Fonseca's press conference, I thought this week was really interesting. It's the most free flowing that he's been in terms of his mannerisms and his words, and he said something that's on the site about how Serie A is the most difficult league in terms of preparing for how each team is going to play, and about how most teams play man to man, and that is incredibly difficult for us as a team to deal with. Which here we go.
Teo's on the left. Come on, Teo. Come on. Fucking
hit that.
Cunt it.
But yeah, I thought it was a fascinating admission, because you know he's coached in Serie A before with Roma, and then he's gone to Liga, and he coached in Portugal. He was linked with the Premier League job. He's done the Shakhtar job, and he's played against like Man City in Europe and beaten them. And he's now played against Real Madrid and beaten them in Europe, and like outcoached Ancelotti in that game. Like he outcoached him, which was
he did
marvelous. Like you can't take that away from him. But I think it's really interesting that he says, I worry more about a game against Cagliari than I do about a game. That's a good ball. Hit that.
Yeah! What a goal! Come on,
he's offside.
You bastard! You Spanish bastard! He's miles
He's
off
way
as well.
off. He's about 6 yards offside.
Oh, lads, you don't watch this. I mean, it was really good football from Milan and a beautiful finish, like you said. But the lads, the lad's 10 meters off. What are you doing?
I want Leao making them runs. I want someone. I don't know if you can.
Tell you what, though, that's confidence, because the tight control in the box and a walloping finish. That's nice.
Really good finish. Regardless. Really good finish.
But yes, I again, we were discussing this in our chat, in the Sempre Man chat. I think Fonseca is clearly more of a student of the game than Pioli, in the sense of he's a sort of bloke, I imagine, actually studies, not because he has to, but because he wants to, studies like the Pep school of football, what Klopp did with the game, whatever. Like, you know, he clearly really cares about the tactics of it, which is probably why we hired him in the first place. To be perfectly honest, you can clearly see he is, like a student at university. He genuinely cares about the tactics.
Oh
and
yeah, 100%.
that comes through on his press conferences, which is a bit of a refreshing compared to Pioli, who was very media trained. He would say the same things press conference from press conference. Fonseca is quite open and honest. Oh, this is beautiful football.
That's good. That's good. One-touch stuff is what's going to cut them open. And I like Leao being the last man, because him running off the shoulder of the last defender.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed, their back three is fucking slow. It's not.
I'm surprised about the team that they've named. To be fair, maybe he's overthought.
Who else?
I think it's Hien in the middle. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Hien in the middle, which is I really like Hien, but I just don't think there's an awful lot of recovery. Then again, they've not named Kosunu, who they signed on loan from Bayer Leverkusen in the summer, and he is, he's been really good so far from what I've seen. I think he's played 10 games this season.
Well in Musa.
Yeah,
I do like this Musa out of position. Obviously, I mean, we've got a lot of strong opinions, and a lot of people know me and Steph in particular. I'm sure you probably share them to a degree as well. But he is where he is useful is on that right hand side as a right midfielder, right wing back, tracking. He's got an engine on him, so fair play. And I think we got out.
We got a comment on the site about Musa when he first played that role in that game against Real Madrid, and just to prove that we do read the comments, someone who was a USMNT fan and Milan fan said that Fonseca's only copying what Pochettino does with Musa. I was like, well, it's a small sample size in the sense that he's only been in charge for 4 games, maybe 2. I think it's 2 games, and he played him as a right winger. But this is almost my biggest gripe with football is that fans think about formations in such a rigid way, in the sense that, if you're playing a 4-2-3-1, they have to, and this is only for the video people, you have to move forward like this and you have to move back like that. That's not how it works. That obviously positions are fluid, and you make certain movements in certain phases of the game.
Also, depending on the individual players of the team as well.
The only time that I think you can spot a rigid structure is when the team is passing the ball around the back themselves, and then you can see what kind of shape you're trying to occupy.
Agreed.
Or if the other team's doing the same, and then you see your defensive shape. And I think that's why you see the whole 5-3-2 versus a 2-5-3 thing with Milan. But realistically, what we've seen is forwards interchanging positions. Like Fonseca more so than a Guardiola or and I'm not comparing the two, obviously not. But
although I think Fonseca's doing better at the moment.
I totally agree. Yeah, but when you talk about what a coach's ideology is, like, we know what Pep's is. It's pass a team to death. It's tiki taka, and people have now decided to take the trendy opinion. Oh, fucking hell, people have decided to take the hipster opinion that Pep's Man City teams have been boring to watch. I totally disagree. I think the Centurions team and the team that won the Champions League were phenomenal to watch. Really, really, really good technical football teams. But then people have now decided they want more something like Klopp, the heavy metal football, transitions, overloading on the counter, 5 men going forward when you win the ball. And I think Fonseca probably falls somewhere between the two, in the sense that he's more like positionalist in the way that he approaches things. He wants to be compact and narrow when we defend, and then spread outwards when we attack. And I think that's... And let's go. So there you go.
And there you go.
CDK, of course it is.
What did I say?
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Do you know what, as well? This just shows that we still do not have set pieces sorted. It was a brilliant delivery by Giroud.
It was good delivery, yeah.
And then CDK who was it? Is it Chow he gets ahead of?
No. Let's watch the replay, what happens.
All right. Listen, I think we're the only club I can think of where every single player that we've let go within a year or two who plays against us, which is always, does an assist or a goal. I cannot think of one that hasn't.
Teo as well at the back post.
Yeah, it's unforget. That's
looks a little bit forceful to me. I'll be having a look at that.
I don't think so.
What's that?
The forcefulness come.
Yeah, I
No,
think there's a shove there.
there is, but I think it's in the air rather
Yeah,
than.
I want it to be given for us as well.
Yeah, of course, but I'm just being
Yeah.
pragmatic. I think it was.
Yeah.
There was a shove, but it was as he was in the air rather than push out the way, heading it.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
But
Fonseca's there looking
fucking
at his screen.
Wow, CDK.
That's the end of it. That's the
had
end.
to be.
That's the
Oh,
end.
is he having a look? No, he's not.
No,
No, game coming on. No,
who's that?
No, it's the Bulls going for the friggin'.
No, I mean that's poor defending. A lot of movement inside the box you could see before that set piece, and
Do you know
you'd
what though?
hope
I'd
that
rather
you'd
them
prepare
score
for that
early. If they had to score, I'd rather them be now. To be honest, I think I do, because they're not the sort of team that will sit back. So I'm not worried about that. They'll give us opportunities.
Shall we do?
Well, we started well.
We done okay. We the thing about Atalanta is that they get a lead, and I don't think they're going to do a Juve. I don't think they're going to settle into a low block. So
no, they don't do that.
we'll see what happens for me. But that was a poor goal to concede.
Yeah, it
really,
was.
really poor. Just as I was talking about Fonseca and positionalism, we concede a goal from a fucking set piece.
We are bad at set piece. We are. I mean, the 2 goals against Liverpool.
I don't know. I think our set pieces this season are a net plus, but like when you concede one, it always feels.
They are.
Yeah, no, in general. As a net, I mean, attacking minus defending. I think we're a net plus this season. But the problem is that the problem is when you concede one, it always feels like you've conceded 10. You know, it's like, well, we're fucking shit at them. But that was a really bad goal to concede because it was such simple movement inside the box.
Is Gasperini been? I didn't realise. Is he yellow? Is he yellow card? Was he yellow carded or red carded?
Well, I have no idea.
Because he's not on the touchline.
Was he not?
No.
Maybe he got sent off.
His assistant. Yeah, he's not on the touchline for this game.
Oh, that's why he didn't do a press conference then. I was wondering about that.
I think.
Anyway, Giancarlo said prior to the game, Atalanta playing scared and therefore we'll win 2-1. Well, I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case now.
Yeah, let's go through some of the comments.
Thoughts on the anniversary kit?
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, don't we probably spent a bit too much money between us, didn't we?
Probably that £2,000 was spent in that chat in the space of that.
We've got a problem. We've got a problem. But hey ho.
Shocking.
Look, if that helps fund the next Musa, I'm here for it, right?
CDK's wages. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it's a lovely shirt, lovely kit. I'm just watching the replay of the CDK goal there. And
Teo's a weak man there. You're stronger than CDK. Come on. I mean,
So the thing is, right, I highlighted before the game, do a key battles piece every time, 5 key battles. And I highlighted Bellanova against Teo because Bellanova, when he was at Torino before he moved to Atalanta in the summer, rose above Salamakers. Salamakers was playing left back in that game. And he rose above him at the far post and headed it. And Chow tried to clear it on the line and stumbled over himself. And it was the own goal. But it was Bellanova that caused it. So I thought that if anybody would be making them runs to cause Teo problems, it would be Bellanova. But in actual fact, it's CDK peeling off at the back post, which is, set piece 101.
Also, Bellanova's quite chunky. He's bulked up, actually. He's quite a big boy.
Bloke, yeah.
CDK isn't. Like, Teo is a lot stronger than him. And,
he's tall, though.
He's tall, but he's not much taller than Teo. He's not like a giant.
CDK is roughly the same height as me. And
6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
But Teo's 6'2", like 6. He's not short.
I think Teo's 6'1", is he? I could be wrong. Let me have a look.
He's actually, I think, right. He's slightly smaller than Leao. Leao's 6'2".
6 foot, bang on 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not a football player, and I never will be. Oh shit! Oh, good. But I would back myself to beat somebody in the air who was half a foot taller than me.
Yeah,
that's shorter than me. I just would. I just would. You know, if a ball was hung up to the far post, I think I'd win it because I'm bigger. Like, I know that might be a really simplistic way to look at it, but
No,
you know,
the height
sometimes
doesn't
someone's
matter.
bigger than you, and I
But
don't
he's
know.
not.
It looked like it in that moment. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say.
So talking about size, I'll never ever forget how big. Not in terms of he's got, for me, Leao's got a swimmer's build. His shoulders are incredibly wide set, and then he's got a very skinny weight. He's a tall guy on the wing, man. You see him live. I don't know if anyone in the chat, I'm sure many of you have, and obviously we both have, but I'll never forget how he's a big man on left wing. Like, he's a big boy. I can imagine him running at you. It would be fucking terrifying. Oh, look at that.
Wait a minute, get in.
Hey, I want my wine.
What do you think about the game so far?
Please.
That's my missus saying that she thinks Milan is shit.
I said Charles de Ketelaere was going to score. I should have backed it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There's Mrs. Kilpin and her thoughts on the game so far.
I've got to switch the heating off. I've been ordered to turn the heating off, and I'm getting some wine.
You got them boost things on, mate.
No, we live in an old Victorian, disgusting.
Cheers, anyway.
Place. Yeah, hang on.
Who observe?
I'm getting a refill myself. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, I'll put it over the plate. Good idea.
Is it a nice Italian red, or are we going?
It is. No. Of course, it's a Primitivo. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Do you open like a local Italian shop? That's a nasty tackle, you know.
That's a yellow card for me.
That's
right around the
in a nutshell. I would rather have people might shout at me in the comments. Please shout at me. I'd rather have Hien than Pavlovic. Maybe that's a bold take, but I really like it at Hien. So somehow that's their free kick, which is baffling.
Right.
Right, I'll do a few more comments. While we're shit.
Let's have a look at this one from David. This is with
Reinders
value rising come the summer. If we get a substantial offer, knowing this management would be trigger happy, do you think they'll sell him? No, not Tijani. I think he's obviously, you might disagree, but I think he's one of the few players that I think will keep a hold of for a couple more years because we bought him for such a reasonable fee. He's a good age. He's not so young, and I think you take him out, he's arguably our most important player at the moment. So I don't see that. I think we'll do everything to keep him. What are your thoughts?
I don't see how you sign a player last year until 2028, and then you go.
Yeah.
You essentially go out of your way to renew him until 2030, and everything we've heard points towards him extending his deal next summer for another 2 years. So kicked in 2025, it's a deal until 2030. You cannot sell him after that. And also, all the comments that he's made. And look, I know we've had the Kessie thing before. No, we've had the Kessie thing before where he said that he wants to stay. But Reinders has said he wants to stay at the club until he's in his 30s. He really likes it here. He understands the importance of the shirt. I, for once, actually believe a football player. Would you believe it?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. And I have a really weird theory about this. It's a cultural thing. Obviously, Kessie African, Tijani Reinders is European. So there's, there are certain differences there, but that's kind of irrelevant. My point is, he is a young man, similar age to Kessie when he was obviously in his prime at Milan. He's a bit older now, Kessie, but if you look on Instagram, if you follow him, he clearly loves being in Milan. I think his wife loves it, and you've got to think we're older than a lot of these football players, you and I, and most of the people listening probably as well.
Mate,
the generation that they come from, they plaster their lives on Instagram, and you can glean a lot from it. And I genuinely believe him, like you, because he just looks happy. He just looks happy, and ultimately, this is these livelihoods, So
there's something about the age that he is as well, because he's 20. Like
he's going on 26.
I said this on the pod, but I can't remember where we talked about the renewals of players that's coming up. And
go on,
slot it across.
Oh!
Come on, Alvaro Morata, you beauty! Come on,
that was proper football. Teo,
that's good. That's total football.
Yeah.
Leao giving it a little nod to the home end. Love that.
Come on.
Love that. Come on, boys.
So
Come on.
if you couldn't watch, that was a trademark.
That's a good goal.
Teo to
That's my
Leao
mate there in the front
transition.
of the curve. So.
Really?
Yeah. That's my mate, Andrea.
You got Teo, who first time through ball straight to Leao on the overlap, who just bursts. I don't know who he kills for speed, but he'll kill anyone for speed. And then a beautiful left foot first time.
What are they moaning
cross.
about here, though? Oh, is he offside?
No.
The ball across isn't offside, but is the first ball to Leao offside? Morata's onside. That's not an issue. It's just the ball prior to Leao. Yeah, that's what they're moaning about. Oh, don't you dare! I think he's offside based on that first replay.
Excuse me. No. Don't manifest it.
That
was nice football, man. That was really
good football
nice
either way. Like we've shown the way there. We just worked the ball wide, and we're off. It's onside. Come on!
Come on!
Come on, the boys.
What's the
Right. Now's the time to do the whole VAR thing. That's robbed us of the moment. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I mean. We were shouting and screaming.
Yeah.
And loving it.
We still had the oh my god, what a goal! And then when they go running over to the ref and they're like, "Oh, was that?" That does my head in, man. I hate it. And if you've been a spectator football fan, sounds patronising, but you know what I mean. You go to games and you see it in person. Like that really does set you back in the moment, and you should just be able to.
It's actually worse when you're there. It is. It's worse when you're there.
But I'm glad that they reached the right decisions and all.
Anyway, beautiful football. That was
good football. That was really, really good. I'm happy with that.
No.
Hey!
Oh, I love renew that, man. Yeah, good. Well done, Tish. Get that out. Hey, Morata's had a couple good. He's got his shooting boots on tonight. Morata has. I can tell you that for free. He has his shooting boots on.
Right, mate. What I have to do is go and do the goal video.
Yeah,
so I'm going to leave and come back. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, everyone. Love you. Be back in a second.
We'll be back. Cheers, Ollie. See you in a bit. Right then, guys. I'll go through the comments in a minute, but this is a friggin' exciting game. Woo! What do we think of that one, boys? Jeez. So I was describing it. If you couldn't watch it, what a goal! You had Teo first time through ball, Leao on the overlap on the left. I don't know who he burns for pace, but as I said, he'll burn anyone for pace. And then with his left foot across goal, and Morata taps it in with a plomb. Beautiful finish. Beautiful finish. Right, guys, I'm going to go through some comments. Get your thoughts in. 125th anniversary. Milan's birthday's next week, next Sunday. The kits have been ordered. Don't tell the missus. She's in the other room. She doesn't know. I'll be in the doghouse. This Atalanta team is very much beatable and very open Serie A in terms of clear contenders. Yeah, it's been a really open game. I mean, Atalanta, I would say, have had a bit better showing, but they are the home side, and they are in better form. They're one of the best teams in the league, so I'm not particularly annoyed about that. When we've had the ball, we've played really well with it, except for just now. Musa gave it away cheaply. That's what we cannot do against this Atalanta team. The one-time quick passing has been really effective, but we can't switch off at even like a minute against this kind of team. We really can't. How do you think we'll break down the defence? I mean, how we did exactly is how I see it. Look at this game. Quick passing. Leao's absolutely on it tonight, you can see. But yeah, quick passing, one time, two time. That's what we need to do. That's how you beat this Atalanta team. They commit. They're very compact, but they're compact together. So when they're defending, if you can hit them back quickly, that's when they're open and vulnerable. They haven't got the fastest centre backs. In fact, their midfield's not particularly quick. Pasalic is out muscling Fofana there. It's a bloody good game, this. Yeah, it was a bit Giroud-esque, but I don't know if Giroud would have got in the space as quickly as Morata there. Giroud would have needed a fucking head start of about 10 yards. But yeah, it was. In terms of finishing, beautiful goal. Yeah, and yeah, that's a fair point. Going back to Dejani, Kessie, Gasperini won't work out well for any team other than Atalanta. Yeah, look, he's a great advocate for Italian football. I do believe that. Like Ollie was saying, I respect Atalanta. I don't like them, but I respect them. They've done things the right way, and they play good football, and they have an identity which is really, really transferable all across Europe, Europa League, Champions League. So I've got nothing but respect for them for that. But fuck them, obviously. Yes, they are. Obviously, that's where they're the most dangerous. That's what Atalanta want to be. They want to be edge of the box constantly, constantly. I will tell her I got it for 18.99. Very good. More like 189.99, but fucking hell. Watch doesn't know can't hurt her. Watch doesn't know can't hurt her. It's kind of bittersweet to see that CDK scored against us. Yeah, I mean it was inevitable, wasn't it? I'm just so glad we equalised. Yeah, he found his place. The CDK is an enigma. It's clear he was talented. It didn't work out. Would it have worked out if Fonseca was here earlier? Maybe, maybe not. It's timing. It's like a lot of things in life. He didn't come at the right time. He didn't come under the right conditions. And also, who's to say that he's the sort of player that would never be able to make it at a top club? You know, as good as Atalanta have been, they don't have the same pressures or demanding fan base that a team like Milan or Juve or Inter would have, or any team in other top 6 leagues, top 5 leagues, sorry, whatever. You know, then top 6, whatever, traditional would have. That's just the way it goes. But it's sad because we knew he was talented, and he didn't get a fair shake of it. But look, he's not the first, and he won't be the last, unfortunately. What's more annoying from my perspective is I knew we probably could have got more money for him. Another 10 million, 15 million would have been nice, but we didn't lose money on him. And look, if we can reinvest next summer, then that's it. As long as we stop losing money on transfers, that's kind of good. Anyway, Atalanta definitely a great team. I'm just salty because they always bully us. Yeah, but look, Pioli was stubborn. We know that. There's a reason why he lost 6 or 5, wherever, into games in a row, and Atalanta always had his number. I don't think it'll be the same under Fonseca. I don't think it's going to be the same. So I'm not so worried about that. Yeah, I hope we can give them a run for their money as well. Get your comments in, guys. First half hour is just gone. It's a brilliant game. It's a Friday night. Get your drinks in. Get your comments in. Ollie will be back for some further discussion later on in the evening. Do you think we need to get number 10? Sure, but it's not a priority. We need another midfielder and we need a centre back or defender of some description. But number 1, we need a Fofana sub. He's playing too many minutes. I think we'll probably be fine for the attacking trident. I don't see us, or the attacking 4 positions, I don't see us spending anything significant in that department in Jan. Excuse me. I think that the only position that I see us 100% going for in some capacity is a midfielder that can kind of do what Fofana does, but probably not as good. But we don't need a number 10. Maybe that's a summer. For me, if I had to order it in priority, it would go midfielder, but specifically the Fofana rotation option, centre back, a left back, then I would say striker / 10. It's probably far down the list for me. No, but he will get redeemed. It's not official, no, but he will get redeemed. They were going to make it official, but I think they had issues with finances, and then they pushed it back to this year or something like that. It's on the website. You can check it out if you search CDK. I don't know the ins and outs off the top of my head. But yeah. Who was the guy from Pub Chat yesterday? Pub Chat, me and Steph do every week. So Stefano, I should say. So yeah, it's me and Steph that do that once a week. Hopefully that'll be out this weekend. But Steph's feeling unwell, but you'll get your video. Also, if you guys are enjoying that, let me know, because we're keen to get your thoughts. I'll do a little plug, as you've mentioned it. If you want to join Substack, join Substack. We've got a great Discord channel, and you can get your opinions on there as well. You get to try a week for free. And then if you join Discord, you can get your thoughts and your ideas across, and we'll definitely take them on board, especially for pub chat. I'm looking for you guys to join Discord and let me know what you guys want us to talk about. It's more of a forum for you guys to put subjects that you want us to discuss, and we'll jump on once a week and get them done. Anyway, enough of that. I don't think we need a centre back, not without shipping out some of what we have already. Yeah. That sorry, I should have caveated that. Yes, I think one of Tomori. I think Tomori, it might be on his way out, but we need a centre back for me. I still think we do. Oh, Pulisic has just pulled up. Guys. He doesn't look very comfortable. Pulisic has just pulled up. Do we sign Abraham? This is a controversial one for me. I don't rate Abraham, and a lot of people disagree with me. I'm going to ask Ollie this when he comes back, actually, because I'm interested. I might be in the minority here. I think actually Ollie agrees with me, but I know Isaac likes him. I know AJ. I'm not sure about Maddie. Steph, I think, does as well. I'm not a fan of Abraham. He's had limited minutes, don't get me wrong, and he's been relatively fit, but he's an injury-prone player, and I don't see that changing for me. I don't see that changing. At his age, I don't think he's suddenly going to become a player that doesn't get injuries. Secondly, I think he's been okay. He's on huge wages, guys. I need to caveat that. The reason why I say it's okay, because he's probably really got the same goal contributions as Jovic did last season in terms of the minutes available. Being a bit part player. Oh my God, good save, good cover by Mike there. Pasalic had a shot inside the box. So I've not been impressed. I think he's got passion. I think he's got a good engine. But he's kind of got the Tomori Chelsea. I don't know if it's a Chelsea, but I don't know. His decision making is not great for me. He's never going to be a striker that scores more than Morata. If we can get him for really cheap, and I'm saying like 15 mil, and he decides to take a pay cut because I think he was on too much money than on Roma, then sure. If he's happy to be a sort of rotation striker, but he is not starting striker quality. Just to answer your question, Shohill, I would rather look for better options, to be perfectly honest. I don't think he's awful, but if we get rid of Okafor potentially, who I think is maybe not really finding his place under Fonseca, then I don't mind Tammy. I don't know what's going to happen with Morata long term, and we don't know what's going to happen with Kamada long term. So Tammy's kind of in the air. I think there's better out there. I do. I don't dislike him, but I wouldn't be going out of our way to renew him on a permanent basis. Also, if you look at his age, he'll be looking for a big contract and a long contract. Not for me. I would swerve it. I'd say thank you for the year, but unless he's going to take a big pay cut and we get a good deal from Roma with Salamakers or something like that, who isn't really playing for Roma, no, I would steer clear. I wish we hadn't let Kalulu go. Yeah, I mean, look, Puli's come off. Yeah, he's got an injury. Not good for us. Good decision, though. I don't mind that. It's a precaution. I think he might be out for a week or two, though. He won't be playing against Red Star, which is a shame. However, Ruben, this is your chance, bro. You played well against Empoli. This is your chance to get some minutes back in your legs, son. He looks a bit sad. Pulisic, I'm hoping we've taken him off long enough for it to be a serious injury, but I think he'll be out for a few weeks if it's anything hamstring related. He's walking off though, so it could be a combination of fatigue. Doesn't look like anything serious, and we've taken him off early, which is good. Thank you, Football Drawn. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Let us know. Yeah, like I said, I know we haven't looked at too many of the comments, but do keep them coming in because we are looking for ideas for the pub chat. I get a feeling that pace will be crucial on counters. Chance for Chukwu. Yeah, Chukwu. I really like Chukwu. I think we should keep hold of him. I don't think Serie A's. We discussed this, I think, in the podcast as well. The lads did, and also in the chat. I'm not sure it's the best league for him, but he's showing progression. Probably not as quickly as we like, but I think there's a player in Chukwueze. I do. I think he's well liked. I know he's well liked in the squad. It's quite evident. I think we should keep hold of him. I don't think we should sell him or whatever. And I think he's the sort of player that's kind of happy with the minutes he's getting. I don't think he's the sort of player that's upset. Hello
again.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
No problem, not at all. I was having a good discussion. Couple of points. First one, do you agree with me that Pulisic is, but it's precautionary. I think it'll be a slight hamstring 2 weeks out. That's my prediction.
Really hard to tell.
When I say hamstring, I mean like a strain or like a fatigue.
Yeah, when they feel a tweak, that's usually a good sign rather than when they try and run it off.
Yes.
But with it being such an important game, I do worry. Has he tried to run it off previously? Because we've not seen much of him in this game, barring the first chance that fell to him.
It gives Ruben a chance, and I don't mind that because he was somewhat in form.
Might rejig it. He might rejig it and play 4-3-3, Musa, and then Chukwueze on the right side. That's my hope. So, as much as a biased Englishman as I am, I can admit that Loftus-Cheek has not been very good.
Loftus-Cheeks. No, what I did want to ask you, and I had a good little discussion with the chat about for a few minutes, and I have a very strong opinion on this one, and I think you actually share my opinion. Should we renew Tammy Abraham? And when I say renew, I mean should we give him a contract? Now, I'll give you the lowdown because you weren't here. I said no, and I'll tell you why. Because I think if you look at him at the age profile he is, I think he's going to continue to be injury prone. He's not as injury prone as in Roma. It's clear that he's a bit better, but I don't think that's ever going to change. Secondly, if you look at his goal contributions in the matches he's played, it's been about the same as Jovic of last season. So it's not been anything great. And he's on a very fucking big wage for the player he is. And I think there's better out there. So for me, I would say if you are going to take a significant pay cut and we get a good deal from Roma, and I'm talking like 15 mil, good deal, then sure, have a rotation striker, no problem. Otherwise, I think there's better out there. What do you think?
I think there is better out there. I really like Tammy Abraham. I always have, ever since I saw him score. I think it was like 4 times against Huddersfield in the same season. Like it was at Bristol City, I think. And then actually the next season he came back and scored against us for Villa. Like obviously it doesn't matter, he's Championship, whatever. But just remember seeing like, oh, he caught my eye. Like, he could be something in the future for England, let alone like Aston Villa. But where we're at the moment with him is a really, really interesting one, because what we'd all rather the situation be is that we'd pre-agreed some kind of option to buy in and around 20-25 million, and then we can evaluate his performances based on that particular metric. But instead, what we've got is, I'm back ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm on 40-34.
Okay, tell me when you're at 40-57.
Okay, yeah, that'll be a bit.
They didn't.
So I don't know why I'm so far.
No, it's because I skipped ahead because my feed was going all choppy.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. 54. You said, yeah.
57.
57. Hang on. At 57. Oh my god. Yeah. At 57 now.
There we go. Right. So yeah, that's it with Tammy. Like we've essentially entered into a blind deal, and that's what a loan without an option to buy is. Roma set the price based on how good he is, and that's not very helpful. You know, with Kalulu, where we said, there you go, there's a 14 mil option to buy if he's any good. That is laughable when you look at it. Like, we are not very good at negotiating sales, and in hindsight, when it comes to negotiating signings, I think we've done okay, but it's like a
we're better at buying. We're better at buying
where it's like, you know, it's up and down, and sometimes we'll have good ones. And like Reinders, he's worth 60 mil at least now, and he costs 20. But then you've got like, you know, you've got other players. So CDK is playing against us. He's worth. He was 40. Worth after one season less than what we paid for him. And obviously now he's shining, and we're going to make a capital gain. But like, Yeah, that's the way it is with transfers, and that's the thing that I don't really like about the Abraham deal. But one thing I will say about him is that he offers something massively different to what Morata is.
So you're
And
actually
what
more of a
Morata
fan than I
provides.
thought.
No, I don't mean that I like it either. I just think he's a different profile.
But that's
I
why I said under the right conditions, I'm more than happy for him to stay. But he
yeah,
is not going to get us 15 goals a season. I don't see. I
don't like
do
this
not
at
see
all.
that. Oh my
Don't
god!
like this.
Look at
So one thing I will say about him with Abraham, if you were to compare Abraham and Morata side by side, one of them spends more time in the penalty area than the other.
yeah, that's Abraham for sure.
Which is Tammy. One of them is more technically well-rounded than the other, and that's
Morata,
Morata.
yeah.
One of them's better in the air than the other, and I'd give that to Tammy. One of them's quicker than the other, and I'd give that to Tammy.
Really, I think Morata's quite quick.
Oh
my god.
Morata's deceptively fast, but he's not quicker than Tammy. One of them, and I don't think this is the deciding factor by any means, and it's probably subjective. One of them links up better with Leao than the other, and that's Tammy. Tammy and Leao seem to have something going on that side. But also one of them's more experienced. One of them knows the league better. One of them's the captain of the team that are the champions of Europe. You know, there are various things that you can weigh up, but it's not like we have to keep one or the other. It's just that one of them going into next season has to be the bloke we're going to lay all our cards on the table and say that's our starting striker. And I think we've hedged our bets going into this season.
Yes. The problem is I don't think either of them are. They're both really good options to have, and they can start games in their own right. But neither of them are the out and out number 9 or number 10 or whatever the modern striker is nowadays. That we.
What is the modern striker? I mean, I saw
a big question.
I saw a really interesting tweet from somebody that I really like called James Alcott the other day, and he was saying
I know James Alcott,
yeah, he was saying that like basically strikers died the moment that we switched away from a 4-4-2 because you used to have a combination of little and large, big and technical. Like you used to have
I think
a
that's
striker and a striker.
simplification, though.
Maybe it is, but the more that systems have moved away from playing 2 strikers, the more that the modern day striker is expected to be able to do everything.
Yes, 100% that.
And I don't think like we're born the way we're born. I ain't gonna, with respect, I ain't gonna ask me to outrun the last defender. I ain't gonna ask you to win an aerial duel. Like you're gonna have to. You're actually taller than me.
I'm not that short. I'm all right.
No, you're not.
I'm close to 6 foot, actually.
You know what I mean? You're not Haaland. I'm not Haaland.
No.
Like, you can't do everything at once. So the beauty of playing in that partnership, and we saw that with the 4-4-1-1 that we played against Inter with Morata in behind Abraham as like a second striker type thing. The role of strikers has changed so much from your old school front two that now you're having to find a player who does a bit of everything. And this is why I think me and you, I think we were both in favour of signing Jimenez in the summer from Feyenoord. Because I quite like the idea of us having our own Lautaro in the sense that he is a very good finisher, he's quick, dynamic, and he's scrappy as fuck. Like he battles and battles for everything. And I really like that. But at the same time, he's been injury prone this season. Lautaro looks so good because he plays in a front two.
Yes.
Lautaro. Like, who's to say that Thuram would have scored as many goals for us as he did for Inter last season? He wouldn't have. So what?
No, I agree.
Where do you go from there? It's really difficult for us where we're at because you need 3 players to play one position, and that's half time, I presume, is it?
Yeah, it's half time. No, it's a fact. Surely it's a yellow. It's not been a card yet. This match.
No. That's a shove from here. That's a shove.
That's the second. He should have his 3rd warning there.
Have we got any questions to go through? Because I'm enjoying this.
This is my shout to this day, and I know he's. I love Jonathan David. I think he's going to go if he doesn't come to Milan, and he doesn't go to the Premier League. He's got Inter/Napoli written all over him.
Got Inter written all over him.
Yeah, of course he has.
Tell you why he's got Inter written all over him, because he's a perfect second striker. He's perfect to play in a front two, which is.
I really like him. I've liked him for a long time. It's half time, by the way.
Yeah,
guys, 1-1.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of David, but you're quite right. We're not going to be able to compete. We're not going to be able to compete with Inter because they have that free agent structure. They will pay 2 or 3 million more for a player like that. They got Buchanan already, so they got a bit more Canadian connection there. If that means anything, I don't think there's a lot out there. I mean, going back to discussion about number 9s, we can't get Gyökeres. That he's got Premier League. He's going to the Premier League. That's set. What else is there really? I know you like Jimenez. I'm not a massive fan because I think his injury record's quite concerning, and I do not fancy attacking players from the Eredivisie. I do not think they do particularly well. I think defensive players I think are better. And ironically,
I agree with the concerns. So for example, like, you know, I'm a betting man. I like a flutter on a Saturday, and sometimes I'll scroll down and I'm like, right, what's going on in the Dutch division? Purely because there's guaranteed goals. Like, you see Ajax will beat like Heracles 5-3.
Yeah.
You know, like there's something in it, and it's a bit Bundesliga tacked in the sense that
it's top heavy. It's top heavy.
Yeah,
so 5-6 teams, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and top heavy towards the attack doing well.
Yeah.
But I'm just basing it off what I've seen. I like Jimenez. I think he stands out above the rest in terms of certainly strikers from that league. But I don't think I'd pin our hopes on him being the future number 9 either. Which is
not a lot out there. There's not a lot out there.
No, in terms of what we could afford and attract, it's quite difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. Gyökeres is gone.
I
would stand him. No way. I'm sure I said it in the chat before my Facebook got hacked and I had to create a new account. But I'm sure I said Gyökeres when he was at Coventry. I said, sorry for the sirens. If you can hear it, that's London.
That's London.
That's London. That's London, everybody. Gyökeres was the one to go and get. He was an all-round, absolute perfect number 9, and we're seeing it now. I'm so glad we're seeing it because it proves my eyes aren't fucked that much. But you just, you see what you get with him. He's absolutely brilliant. What we like to do is go and sign cast-offs from the Premier League. Whoa. See them sirens? Can you hear them?
Yeah, mate.
Madness, isn't it?
You don't get that south of the river. You don't get that south of the river.
Well, Surrey and Kent type locations. One thing we do like to do is go and sign cast-offs from the Premier League. So I'm thinking, Chelsea mainly, who could we go out and get that would be a good fit for us that we could get on advantageous terms? My eyes are instantly drawn to Christopher Nkunku. I think that we definitely watched him when he was at RB Leipzig. And now he's at Chelsea, Nicholas Jackson. Now he's back fit at Chelsea.
I would want Jackson, you see.
I want Jackson too, but he's the starter, isn't he? So
I know.
What do we do?
I know, but you're quite right.
Who said directly? Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm reading the comments now. Julian Alvarez is a no. Atletico paid 60-odd million for him, so no chance. Retegui is going to be... So Retegui is maybe the one that... So this is my thing about the revisionism side of things. Who, in the summer, put your hand up in the chat if you were one of them. We'll go look for the receipts. But who, in the summer, was screaming, go and get Retegui from Genoa. He's our future number 9. I don't think anybody was saying it. It's just that Atalanta took that punt and he's doing really well.
Listen,
but this is when... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just say quickly. I remember. I mean, I'm an Italy fan, and I remember at that same point we had no striking options. Immobile was injured, and he was on his way out, and everyone was. And I was like, Retegui, fucking dog shit. I was like, none of this crap. Look at him for Italy. He's smashing it. So you can't like. I know you're having a munch now, but to go to your point quickly, why you're swallowing your mouthful. I think the Retegui one is. Who was to know that he would actually turn out decent? Like no one. Not even. I don't even think Spalletti did when he took over the Italy. Now I really don't think he did. And now, fair play to him, he's banging them in. But we weren't going to take that chance. We were never going to take that chance.
Retegui, as of 18 months ago, was Argentine, as far as I knew.
Yeah.
Well, and then he declared to play, and then there we go from there. Yeah, I agree with the most recent comment from Messi. Yeah, they're both going to the Premier League for big money, and that's the sad thing about Serie A is that whenever a player emerges, Samuel Enrique's another good example.
Mm-hmm.
We instantly presume, well, they're leaving. They're going to leave the league, aren't they? And that's why, as annoying as they are, and I don't like them as clubs, Coop minus the Juve, and like little moves like that, keep them in the league. Keep them in the league. It raises the overall quality.
Yeah, it does.
But I just wish that sometimes Bongiorno to Napoli is another good example of that. I think he was the centre back that we were screaming out for in the summer, and we wouldn't pony up that extra 15 million that was required. That's another subject. But sometimes these talents coming through, not even talents, like they're established in the league. Sometimes they leave. Zaniolo obviously left and then ended up at Aston Villa and stuff. But like, just keep them here. Just keep them here because it's their comfort zone. In the same way that, like, you look at the flip side of a Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's left his comfort zone, which is England and London and Chelsea and everything he's ever known, to come here, and he's had the bright burning candle of a brilliant first season of 10 goals, and eventually it burns out. We'll wait and see what happens after this, but I just think that it's so much better if you're a young Italian player to stay here and to make that intermediary jump and then see where you can go from there, rather than joining fucking West Ham. You know what I mean?
What about this shout from Noir? I've never actually heard of this player. That might be my ignorance.
Brilliant player.
Marmoush.
Yeah, Omar Marmoush. Eintracht Frankfurt. Brilliant winger.
Oh, you see, I'm all right with Bundesliga attackers. I'm funny about leagues. I think Eredivisie defenders and midfielders. I wouldn't go near the attackers, but Bundesliga attackers, they're the players you want to get for me.
My issue with Marmoush, and the reason why as a winger centre forward, my issue with him is I get a lot of Jesper Lindstrom vibes from him, in the sense that he was another forward who came through at Eintracht and set the world alight. I'm the opposite to you. I wouldn't sign a striker from the Bundesliga. I won't do it because I think it's too wide open. I think no team in the Bundesliga wants to play defence, and that's why you see scores like 5-3 and 4-2. And
yeah, but Boniface would fucking tear it up in the Serie A.
I won't take Boniface.
Really?
No.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
All right, let me have a look. Let me have a look how many goals he's got this season. And now I agree. We were linked with him when he was at Union Saint-Gilloise. This season, Boniface has got 6 goals in 10. That's pretty good. I'd take that for us, but you got to have it. Because the Bundesliga is.
I agree. I agree with you.
He scored in the Champions League. He scored 1 in 3. So whatever. Might stay 1 in 3.
I like this shout. I really want to see Jorginho for a couple of years. I think
had an argument about him in the chat. You weren't active at the time.
I would have backed you, mate. I love him. I love him. I said
split the two. Reinders Fofana, either side. Jorginho's sitting because he can control the pace of the game.
Yep.
He's composed. He's efficient on the ball. I love him.
He's He's so press resistant. I love him.
How old is he now? About 32.
He could do a couple more years in the Serie A. We'll get him on a short-term deal.
32,
I'm all over
exactly.
that.
Yeah. Give me him until he's 34. Yeah.
We're with you there, Marzino. I think Jorginho.
That's the answer.
Epic.
No, it's not the answer necessarily.
He's a short-term fix, but he would raise our level. But he can still do it in the Prem. I watched a couple of Arsenal games when he's sort of in and out the starting 11 for Arteta. At 32, with a player who's got no athleticism, he's got the athleticism of like a dead piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he can still play and start Premier League matches, that just shows you his on the ball quality is top. It's top tier. Big fan.
Now I think Messi has misunderstood what we're saying there. Like it says, I'll display it. Jorginho, guys, really, we're not saying he's the absolute number one target that we go out and get for that position. It's just who could we realistically attract to come in and play the number 6
to raise
role.
the quality of the squad, yeah.
And I would pretend. I mean, we wouldn't rather have. His follow-up comment was, rather have Ruben Booty Cheeks there. We wouldn't rather have Loftus-Cheek as a number 6, would we? The problem, I guess the plus side with Jorginho is that his style of play is not reliant on pace, nor athletic explosiveness or anything like that. He just plays the position well, and he started for us. I think he'd be very good. The player that I really wanted until he went to Napoli was Lobotka. I think when he was at Celta Vigo, he was absolutely outstanding, and nobody picked up on it. And like he viewed Celta Vigo to Napoli as an upgrade. Now, shout at me in the comments if you disagree, but I was like, I feel like we should have been in for that. You know, that's a really, really good number 6, press resistant, like an upgrade on Benacer, for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's another thing. That's another factor to throw in. Need to see how Benacer does. Now we can't rely on him being fit for 30 games a season anymore. But let's say he gives us 20 second half of next season. Then we need to see where our midfield's at with him and where Fonseca sees him. I think Fonseca sees him in the pivot, and therefore he might move Reinders forward.
But I think, I agree with you. The problem I have with Benacer, and I said this, me and Steph discussed it in the latest pub chat, he'll be back at end of Jan. He will not be with it until March. Remember last time he came back from big injury? It took him about a month and a half, 2 months. March, you got, 30% of the season left? 25% of the season left? It's too late. Unless we are able to position ourselves to somehow get in a title race. At the moment, realistically, it's a top 4 race. I don't think Benacer is going to be the difference. I do not think that. I don't. That's my problem with Benacer. Still love the player. He won't be effective till March. Too late for me. Too late.
Yeah. I mean, apparently, the game that he's eyeing to make his comeback is at the end of this month against Roma. They're one on the 28-29.
I mean, that'd be good, but even still.
You remember last season when we had the problems with the centre halves getting injured, and we had to play Teo as a centre back. It got that bad, and we said on the podcast at the time, like, you need to be prepared for those players to come back not as they were, like not even close to what they were. You need to be prepared for the. So, for example, you're an Olympic marathon runner or whatever, and you absolutely rip your hamstring off, as Malik Chow did, yeah, and then you come back after 3 months out of full healing of the hamstring muscle, and you do they call it a reathleticization program where you get back up to match fitness and stuff like that. You warm the muscle up, so to speak, and then you go out there and you're expected to remember all the same mechanisms as before. Like we're not robots as humans, we're not. Like you need a period of readjustment, and that's why I think when a player comes back from injury, sometimes you almost have to afford them a few games of playing shit. And that's kind of where I'm at with Calabria, in the sense that when he got thrown back in against Bratislava, he was rusty as fuck. And why? Because he hadn't played for a while.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be any better than a 6 out of 10 in most games.
Yeah. The problem with Calabria is he's the captain and he loves the club. He's a Milanista. I get all that. But he's never been.
It's his birthday, by the way. It's his birthday. Don't you dare say anything bad about it.
Tanti auguri, Calabria. Okay. He's a year younger than me. Fucking hell. Anyway, that's depressing. Anyway, the problem is with Calabria, if you compare him to someone like Benacer, Benacer has had years or a year where he's been an 8 out of 10. Calabria's never had that. So it's like, Benacer's time is probably up at Milan, to be honest, unless he comes back from this injury and does the rest of the season like he did what was it, the year we won the Scudetto and the year before, where he was electric. Calabria, for me, I see Calabria and Emerson Royale about the same. I really do, in terms of quality. I don't think either are bad players, but they're both so upgradable. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Retegi's warming up, by the way. Between Romagnoli and Calabria, who is a better capitano? That's a good question. I think Romagnoli was a bit more vocal, and I think he had a bit more about him. But Calabria maybe was a bit more. I don't know. Do you know that's a really good question, that, because Romagnoli, from how long was he captain for? Calabria's been captain a lot longer than Romagnoli was. So
Romagnoli was captain from when he renewed his contract, 2017, to when he left in 22. 5 years.
Yeah, Calabria's been 4 years.
Remember when the club released that press statement, like, we had an offer from Chelsea for Romagnoli. He turned it down and given him the captaincy.
That's a good question. I think Romagnoli's got more of a character to be a captain.
Well, he's lifted a trophy as captain, 2 trophies as captain. So,
but he was also on his way out at the same, kind of similar to fucking hell. Don't get the captain's armband at Milan. I can tell you that for free.
He was on his way out, but by our choice.
Yes, but that's
that makes sense.
That kind of feels the same with Calabria, to be honest. It does.
Yeah. He ain't leaving. Calabria ain't leaving.
You reckon?
Yeah. Record this screen record this if you want.
Right.
I'm 90% sure that he stays. Just because he's so useful for the squad lists.
Yep.
It's not to do with the sentimental side of it. Like, we've let players go, but it's just that he's Pringles there and he's happy to be a backup, and his experience, he's been through it all with us. He's staying, and I think he's going to renew on the same terms, because he knows that if he were to go to the kind of club that were interested in him, which would probably be like a Roma or not Roma, maybe like a Bologna or a Fiorentina level club. They're above us, but I mean it respectfully. He wouldn't get the same pay packet. They won't pay him the same.
Yeah.
So Terry G there makes the point. Let me just display that while you munch your Pringles. Why are all our captains mid? I think that's an important point. In the sense that, so I can only compare it to. I can't only. Speaking from experiences to the clubs that I follow, right? So comes to English football, I'm a Huddersfield Town.
Huddersfield.
They're in the 3rd division. The thing with Huddersfield always used to be that you used to sign captains. Yeah, you used to go out and sign leaders, because if the team was shit, you'd go out and sign a player who was a leader and could set the standards. The most successful season/era in my lifetime came when we went and signed 5 captains from Germany. We went and signed 5 players who were captains at their clubs in Germany. And we had something like the 6th lowest wage budget in the championship. We got promoted because of our incredible defensive record, and we were just resilient as fuck, basically. So I think there's something to be said for going out and signing a player. So 2017, spent a shitload of money that summer. Did any of us, and you can comment now, please do.
Second half's about to kick off, by the way, guys.
Down there, just kicked off. Down there.
Yeah, it's
comment.
Off, yeah.
Did you genuinely think when we signed Leonardo Bonucci in 2017 that it was a bad signing?
Yeah,
because I didn't. I thought we've just taken Juventus's captain.
Mate, I had a fucking rock on. Honestly.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, that's the missing piece. That's the partner at the back that we needed. That's the shepherd, the general, whatever you wanted. Like, that was the signing that signified our intent. We've gone and taken Juventus's captain. Was he captain? I think he was.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
It was certainly a leader anyway.
It was. Yeah.
I challenge you to go back in time and find anybody who was against that signing at the time. It was symbolic. It was iconic, dare I say. It didn't work out. A year later, you can turn around and say, there were various circumstances involved that meant that it didn't work. I think one of them's coaching. But I still think that model is not necessarily something to put aside. I don't see an awful lot of natural leadership in this squad at the moment. I think that this is a team that's more than capable of holding its weight against a certain level of opponent. And people are going to come back and say, well, we went and won at Real Madrid. Brilliant. I really enjoyed that night. I thought it was a great performance.
I don't want that to be our trophy.
Was that because we had a general at the back? No, I don't think so. I think what we need is somebody to dig us out of those moments. Like we had in the past with Bereza, like we had in Bereza, in the past with Maldini, in the past with Neto. We got shit captains.
Ambrosini was the last one. Ambro was
Yeah.
the last one we had that was at that ilk, and talking like last one, years wise. I think Gabbia is the natural choice. I want it to be Teo, but because I love the left back legacy, and I really like Teo as a player in terms of what he brings, and he's the best in his position in the world, but he hasn't got the right personality for it. I think Gabby has shown so much growth and maturity, and he's still so young. He's the player that I think actually, if he continues developing, I think the club sees it as well. I think at 25, 26, he'll be the full-time captain, and I think he could become that player for us.
Also, what we ought to say at this point as well is that we're not blind to the stuff that's been circulated about Teo. We're just not going to comment on it until it becomes something more concrete. It would be very, very dangerous for us to do so legally. You understand why. We've seen it, but we ain't going to comment on it. We just hope that whatever happens from this point onwards, it's the right thing. That's all we'll say. And move on and say Terry G. Be happy with Mike getting the armband. When you about Mignan as Capitano?
Again, he's got a great mentality. I just don't think I think we had this discussion before. I don't think it's practical for goalkeepers to be captains in the modern game.
Spot on. He can be a captain without the armband.
Yeah,
Mike, for me.
Yeah. He and I think a good goalkeeper kind of is, because they're kind of all they're the one marshalling the team from the back, which everyone knows the team structure starts from the goalkeeper and works its way up the field. I'm more than happy for Mike to be a captain in voice. I'm happy for Mike even to tell Gabbia or whoever it is in the future.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Taylor.
Oh, has it got in?
How far away?
Oh, I'm on 48-45.
Right. I'll pause it again. But I have ended up back in front of you.
Mate, it's just my internet. My internet's shit.
49:30 I'm on, so play it again.
Okay, fucking hell. 30 seconds. I'll tell you when I'm ready. As I was saying, I think it's just not practical. Mike doesn't need to have the armband. He can marshal the team without it. So, it's not necessary.
I think that's the sign of a good goalkeeper. I sometimes / always, and rightly or wrongly, judge teams on like how their goalkeepers are. For example, I was a big fan. I'm just reading this about Sky.
You can hit play in 3, 2, 1, go.
Play. Sky is saying it's a calf tweak for Pulisic.
I thought so.
Hopefully nipped it in the bud.
Couple of weeks.
So for example, with goalkeepers, and as you say, they organise the defence. They're vocal. They are the last line of defence, quite literally. But I see certain goalkeepers, and I think I don't know about whether it would be a good idea to entrust you with, like, not even the captaincy, just like, would you for example, the player that I'm basing this around is Vicario, who I really liked when he was at Empoli, and I thought he might be a good signing for us in the event that Maignan were to not renew and leave. But now you've seen some of his flaws exposed. Command of his area, physicality. He's big, but he's not got a. Whereas Maignan has got some presence about him. There's something with him where
he's got the winning mentality. He's got an absolute elite mentality. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really hard. Probably see me stuttering over my words here, but like it's really hard to judge how you would coach and how, as a goalkeeper, you would make yourself stand out from the others. But I know that in his first season with us, Maignan was coached by Dida, so that probably helped his shot stopping, right? And then Dida left, and he was coached by I'm forgetting his name now, but
it was the Newcastle guy, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. The second season was the Italian coach. The third season was Tony Roberts came in, who was the ex-Wolves, and he's worked all around. He's a Welsh goalkeeping coach, and by all accounts, he didn't necessarily see eye to eye on a lot of things. Apparently Munian basically conducted his own training sessions at one point. But yeah, now here we are with, I think, things a bit better. Fonseca's brought in his own goalkeeping coach, and we're seeing him back to his confident best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about goalkeepers.
I think Mike's got a good relationship with Mike in particular as well, and I do see Mike as a particular leader, as we've discussed. I think, yeah.
I say Shohei, we haven't put anything about it on the site.
Oh, apologies, I thought you had, but
no. That you understand for legal grounds we can't touch it.
Just there will be reports, so just Google it.
Yeah. The moment that there's a Twitter thread about it, but I wouldn't tell people to actively go out and seek it, but like, once something comes out from Answer or press agency about it, then we'll be on it. But until now, you understand why. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. I should check. I didn't know.
No. You were right to say that though.
But yeah, it's just we can't comment. It's just
I would also encourage other people not to. The final thing I'll say on it, I'd also encourage other people not to speculate on it, because
you never know.
It's dodgy ground. Just don't.
We'll find out. Whatever happens, it will come out. So just wait for that, I suppose. Anyway, I tell you, who's had a decent game. Who I thought Emerson Royale. Believe it or not, I think he's been all right. I don't.
I don't know. No. It's not that. I don't think he's done good or bad necessarily.
But that's kind of all right. That's what I mean.
Hit that.
Go on, Tish. Have a shot. Go on. Oh.
I'm gonna pause it.
He should have had a shot first. He should have had a shot first when he first got it out the side of the box. Yeah, he shanked that.
Funny that, isn't it? Because he's been scoring goals from much more difficult positions than that.
I don't think Reinders has been off Shohei. Actually, I think he's just been marked out of the game. He's for me. He's not been electric like he has been the last few games, but he's not been bad personally. He's not
difficult,
like misplaced passes or anything like that.
No. It's difficult.
Oh, Lookman again. I fucking Lookman, man. He's so technical. He's so technical.
Brilliant player.
He is, yeah.
That actually that he scored in the Europa League final was ridiculous.
Oh, That I think that's one of the only. I think only like 3 other players have scored European final hat trick, right? He's up there with like R9, like stupid.
One of them must be Milan. Pierino Patti scored one, didn't it?
Yeah, there's not many. There's been a handful, and I think Puskas is up there. Like the sort of players that he's with is kind of. Mad.
Oh yeah. That's an interesting question from David Ebikeme. So the thing that people forget about that particular era for Liverpool is that they sold Coutinho for like 140 mil.
Oh, they had so much liquid cash, yeah.
Like when Spurs got the Bale money.
Yeah.
And it's a yellow card, referee, get him yellowed, get him off. It was like, how are they going to spend this? It's a huge amount of money. They can reinvent the squad with that. When we sold Tonali and it was 80 mil, it's like, right, what 4 players are we going to sign for 20 mil? That's the way that it felt at the time. And it ended up being true, right?
Yeah.
But with teams like Liverpool, Premier League revenues and
150 is a lot. I mean, it's more than double. Oh, it's not quite, actually. Sorry. It's euros, pounds. It was 100.
Near enough. Yeah.
It was a lot of money.
But it's like those are teams that would account for a big degree of net spend anyway, let alone if they had a huge capital gain coming their way. So it wasn't that Spurs sold Bale and weren't able to spend that money. It's that they were able to sell him and spend 150% of that money, And with Liverpool, Coutinho, they could go out and they sold him for 140, if I recall correctly, and they could go out and spend 200.
Sorry, Noir makes a good point. Allison was actually bought before.
Yeah,
Allison was a year before.
That's right, but I think they budgeted for the sale of Coutinho. They budgeted for the sale of a star. I'm sure the Coutinho room was around. But yeah, whatever. Probably. Yeah, fine.
But the Van Dijk money, the Van Dijk money was Coutinho 100%, and that was a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well,
look,
the bail money thing's a more interesting thing
mm,
for me because I think that's more along the lines of the model that we do. They went out and signed like Soldado,
the thing is,
Paulinho.
they spent it on
Eh,
shit.
yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. What are you on here?
Bale.
I'm on 56.50.
Perfect. Yeah.
51.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
good.
Right
I think
corner.
Atalanta are about to score.
No, don't say that.
No.
Nah, lovely. Well defended.
That was just me preempting. I'm not seeing anything. I've turned my phone over and everything, but please, if you're in chat, right, and you know that you're ahead of us, please don't spoil it. Because
usually they're pretty good with it, actually, the guys in the chat.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, they're usually pretty good. I'll defend you guys. You're actually usually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Although I remember one guy, I think you were on the Watchalong for this. You remember the guy who had like the boobie or the vagina pic?
Oh, yeah,
You
that
were
was shocking.
doing that.
He
That's
comments on
so-
our podcast sometimes.
What?
Awful.
What are you doing, man?
I know, yeah.
I don't know who that is, but lad, you need to sort yourself out.
Be back in 1 sec.
Yeah, no problem. Let's hope for a lucky pen. I've been really impressed with how we played. Bear in mind, this is arguably, I think the best team in the league. And it's an away game. It's been good. It's been good. Nothing crazy, but it's been good. The Tonali sale hurts. Yeah, I watched the Newcastle Liverpool game actually. Amazon Prime. I don't really watch much Premier League, but certain fixtures you get in the UK, Amazon gets like a handful. I got Prime, and it was in midweek, so I watched it, and he was brilliant. But we know he was brilliant. He'll come back, Tonali, and I'm not worried about it. We've got a great fee for him. We should have got a bit more, but it's not like we got no money for him. He's still a Milanista. Will always be a Milanista. He's not gone to a big club. I don't think Newcastle are a big club. Oh my God, well defended. So they're a big club in terms of fan base, but not in terms of trophies and things like that. So he'll be back. It's sad, but I'm convinced Tonali will be back. We've got to move on from that for the time being. Let's hope for lucky hair. Cheers, Shohil. Share the love, bro. We tend to play well against a team who like to be open. Yeah, we've been all right tonight, David. Been all right, mate. Nothing crazy that Ollie was saying. I'm not sure what we were expecting. Retegui, I think that's Rovella as well. I think it's Rovella. Are warming up. It's an away game for us against, I think, the best team in the league in terms of footballing ability or system. In terms of system, not quality of players, but in terms of system, they're the best. Yeah, I've been fairly impressed. Bro, what a ball, Tij, man. Rafa's out on the left here. Beautiful ball. Gets challenged. Got to get Leao more involved. I agree with that, Terry. I completely agree. He's been electric when he's had the ball. I mean, he lost it there. It was a great challenge by Taloy. I don't know who their other centre back is, but it was a great challenge that. Yeah, Leao's on it tonight. We are the Chelsea for Atalanta, Pasalic, Belanova. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yeah, look, it's gonna hurt, guys. The Tonali thing we got to get over, and look, as an Italian national team supporter as well, it's gonna hurt because whenever I watch Tonali play for Italy, I still think he's a Milan player. But we've got to get over that. He'll come back. Don't worry about it. He's not at a proper big club.
What if he don't?
Fuck him. He get his cash. Listen. There's only one. Tonali, I've had to make my bed with it because I got so upset when he was sold. I was depressed as Shohil is in the chat right now. I was so depressed, but I can't. Like I said, I still think he's a Milan player when I watch him play for Italy, but I can't get upset about it. I'd be more annoyed if he went to Manchester United or a Liverpool or a City. He's at Newcastle, but I don't care. I really don't.
You'd be more annoyed if he was at a bigger club.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then we'd hear more about him.
Of course I would, 100%. I don't rate Newcastle.
Piss off.
They're a big club in terms of fan base and all that. I get that, but they're not a big club in trophies.
They're a wannabe big club.
Yeah. I don't. He'll get his money. He'll get his debts sorted. He'll get his gambling sorted. He'll come back to Milan in 3 years.
I really hope that's the thing that people have missed in this is the human aspect of like. I really hope Tonali's sorted out. You know, that's the be all and end all. Like, whether he comes back or not, I just hope that as a human being, he's
100%. And listen, we've got to watch him. We know he's quality. We've got to watch Prem fans wake up to that fact for the next few years, and that's going to hurt. But we know he's quality, so we can't get annoyed at watching him boss the Liverpool game, which he did, because we know that he can. So we could get over it. And like you said, let's just hope the bloke's all right. He got over his gambling problem. He's getting his bag.
Oh, Mike, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know what Mike was doing.
I turned the game on last night. Tuesday night, was it? Wednesday night, whatever. The Newcastle Liverpool game, and the first thing that I saw about 12 minutes in was Tonali skip around two players on the edge of the box and send a curling shot that was going in the far post, but it was a good save. And I remember thinking, like, oh yeah, he would be our. That's another thing as well. I think he would be our 10. I think he's turned into that kind of player. You know, people might disagree and say that he could come in and be the engine. I think don't see it
for Newcastle though.
Because
Guimaraes is
they play like a flat 3 though, don't they? They play Guimaraes, Tonali, Joelinton. Yeah.
They do rotate.
Well, they got Longstaff as well, who's not really
Longstaff is fucking.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I don't care about Newcastle. I don't really want to talk about them.
No, I'm not bothered. I just think it's interesting. So, for example, the Benacer thing. What's interesting about Benacer is that I think the best thing that we got out of him, aside from the Scudetto season, when we also played this kind of thing, was when we played him at the tip of the diamond, you know, as like a 3 in midfield. I just wondered if when he comes back, might there be a temptation to play him in that position and then move Pulisic back out wide, and maybe the Musa thing will die a death. But I don't know.
I think also I've noticed this as well. I want to know what you think about Pulisic. Not only do I think he's better out wide, he's also less prone to getting injured. If you watch him when he plays in the middle, he gets chunks taken out of him a lot, and I think he's more likely to get the injuries that he was known for when he was in the Premier League. We've managed him pretty damn well, and you could tell when he did that tweak, he came off straight away because he is so important for us. But I think when you're playing in the middle, the stature of him, he's a small, slight guy. I prefer him out wide. He could do a job in both. I mean, he's quality, but I prefer him out wide for me. Less likely to get chunks taken out of him as well.
Yeah, I just think that like the squad that we've built is crying out for a 4-3-3. You know, let alone who should play in what position. But for me,
Royale should have whacked Ruben in there.
He put up his best numbers of his career as a right winger.
Yeah.
Fonseca's clearly come in and thought, well, he can do a bit of both. I don't disagree that he can play in the 10 role, but I think he can play in the 10 role in certain kinds of games. And this probably isn't one of them.
No, I agree.
Not against a team that plays man to man. You're going to get kicked about a bit. And they've done a really good job.
Yes.
Yeah, against Empoli. As awful as it sounds, I mean, he can play it against a higher level of opponent than that. You know. Oh, good.
Oh, go on, Ruben. Go on, Ruben.
Go on, Ruben.
Oh,
that's a corner.
Well won. That's what we like to see. He's been a bit better, Ruben, the last couple of games. I'll give him that.
He's playing on the wing.
He's not fast.
That's definitely a corner. So.
Yeah, he's not fast enough to play on the wing, though, Ruben.
There's no way he's given a free kick for that, right?
Shoulder to shoulder. Come on.
CD. Oh.
What?
No, he gave a free kick. Of course he did. Little rat.
How's that a free kick or shoulder to shoulder? It's not Ruben's fault that he's much bigger.
What are you eating there? What are you munching? Pringles.
Hot Pringles with some wine. They go
jalapeno.
quite well together, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you had yard sale pizza?
Yard sale pizza? No.
Right,
is it good?
Go, yeah. Oh, thought he dropped the ball.
Can't
So did
accept
Morata. Morata was like, "Oh,
I'm buzzing for the Red Star game on Wednesday, mate. I'm actually gassed for that. That's going to be a
Are you?
spectacle. Yeah. Because
Well,
Red
we're
Star
gonna get
Red Star are a proper team.
Mm.
Red Star are a proper old school Champions League team. Good,
Yeah, they
proper
won it,
fan.
didn't they? In about
Yeah,
80,
they've won it.
86.
They've won it. They're a proper fucking flares, fags, drugs, the lot.
Oh,
I love that.
Say that.
Yeah, we can say that.
European Cup. They won it in 91.
Told you. Yeah, they're proper.
91 against Marseille.
I want to go. I'd love to go to a Red Star game, mate. I love that.
Mm.
That is on my list.
I'd like to go Belgrade. Is that on our list, Belgrade? No. Should we add it?
Are you nodding to Belgrade?
Mm.
Red Star? Oh yeah. All right.
No, I was just asking.
That's how bad the game is. We're all talking about our dream holiday destination.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Dream
She
holiday
said-
destinations.
Yeah, she said, is that how bad the game is? We're talking about that instead. Yeah, maybe we are, yeah. What I want to know is, if you celebrate, let us know in the chat. What's your favourite Christmas song?
Oh.
What's
I've got-
yours, Lorenzo?
Oh. Try
If you
and guess
celebrate.
it. I do celebrate. it.
I think that you would be a fan of
You'll
Step
never
Into
get mine.
Christmas.
Nope.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Is it Rogue?
No, it's very rogue. Very rogue.
What is that?
Last Christmas.
No, Last Christmas.
No,
is
that's that. I mean, that's a banger.
That's
but it's not my
mainstream.
favorite. Yeah. It's Rogue, Jordan. It's Rogue. Rebecca, do you know
Is
my
it that
favorite?
Boney M one?
Yeah, Mary's Boy Child.
Yes, Mary's Boy Child.
Mary's
That's mine as
Child.
well. yeah.
Cheers to that. That's a
Mm.
proper Christmas song.
Isn't yours? That's such a lie.
Oh no. Mine is that or
You can't say yours 'cause it's controversial.
Mary's Boy
Mary's Boy
Child.
Child.
Jesus Christ was born
on
on Christmas Day. Oh, what
it's the little oh my Lord,
Yeah.
you sent your son to save us, oh
I
my
love. Yeah, but I'm
Lord.
a Boney M
That's-
fan. So the fact my dad's a massive disco guy, so I was brought up on that kind of music. So
Yeah,
Boney
yeah.
M, love it.
Put that on
Absolutely love
earlier, and they ended up playing a few Boney M tunes like Rasputin and
it. Yeah.
good stuff.
Let it snow, Hamid says.
Let it snow, that.
I like Bing Crosby
Yeah.
as well. Driving
And
home
didn't he end up being
Christmas.
a bit of a nonce?
Yeah, probably. Everyone's a nonce these days, Ollie. Come on.
Yeah.
Get with the program.
Less said, the better.
Ale Milan, Ale.
Every day.
Forza
That's
non te lasceremo mai. Yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah, me
mine
too.
as well. Hey, what's yours? Oh, I wish it could be good. That's the one.
Oh, I also like Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh god, I actually want to the back. Mary's Boy.
There you go, mate.
I'm actually gonna listen to it before.
You got your tree up? Have you got your tree up,
mate? Because we're moving soon. We're in like we're in a whole. We're just getting a, and also we've never had. Yeah, go on.
There you go.
We got presents under it already.
A few presents stacked in front of the tree, but there you go.
We've
That's
got nothing. We've got nothing. We're going to do it this weekend.
And the Fisher prep.
But we had our obviously we got the cat, and he wasn't here last Christmas. So getting a full-on Christmas tree when we're moving soon and having a cat doesn't sound like a good idea. So we're going to get a small one this year, just to tie us over.
Next a small year, cat.
No, a small Christmas tree, like a potted one.
Yeah.
And then the next year when we've got more space, we'll get a full-on one and we'll deal with it when we get to it. Because he will fuck it up. Cats love Christmas trees. Tammy's warming up.
Oh, like when our old cat no longer with us, Jess. We used to wake up in the morning, come downstairs, and she'd just be sat like 3/4 of the way up the tree, just perched in there, just loving it. Absolutely loving it.
What you doing?
Whack baubles off.
Yeah.
Mega brilliant. Won't have it any other way.
Kolasinac is a chunky boy, isn't he? Do you remember the Kolasinac getting stabbed video? Do you remember all that? Or trying to get stabbed? He punched the stabber or something crazy.
Brilliant, that really.
Yeah. Oh, he's hard as fuck. Yeah.
Tail going off.
I don't.
Villanova's a big lad and all.
Yeah, he is. He's bulked up.
Hmm.
Wish we kept.
I don't like Villanova at right back. However, I just think he's a bit too attacking for our system. Just depends if you can make players like that work in like an in and out of possession.
Oh, that's a shout. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, that's a shout, David. Yeah, we like that one.
Feliz Navidad.
Fellas, what happens if I get caught with pot in England? Honestly, in London, absolutely
Massey, you sound it. Like, I swear down, like 3 out of our 4 neighbours smoke pot.
You can smoke down the street in the UK, especially in London. It does not matter.
Actually, when I was going to meet the missus earlier, I walked past somebody who was just blazing high grade, and I mean proper high grade stuff. It nearly knocked me out as well.
Humding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't smoke myself, but I could smell that was some decent tackle.
Massey, that's not a problem in this country, and it's very easy.
To be fair, Massey, you probably actually get the best spliff of your life in this country.
Yeah, some Stardog, definitely. It's strong stuff in this country. It's UK grown, as they say. UK grown. Scouse weed. I've had some. Oh, I'm tired. No, I've got one of my closest mates a Scouser.
I don't condone it, by the way.
For my sins. And I think it blew my fucking head off. I was like, lad, what are you doing? And it's like, go on, lad. Oh, go on, Rafa. Oh.
Can we nick this in last 18? That's what I want to know. Have we got a bit about us? You know what I mean? Have we got fucking minerals?
A point would be good, but I mean, if we do get a win, that's fucking massive.
There we go. Here's the advent calendar. Got a limp one.
Oh, you got a limp
mate.
one. I got gifted. The missus got me a Kinder Bueno one, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
That's sick, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, we're on 6th. Get it.
And Rebecca didn't get one back. No. But I said you could share mine. She was not happy with that.
Pass the ball.
Release it quicker.
Morata on right wing again.
Where are the subs? Where's
Tell you
Chuck?
what, mostly been this so far, little square blocks of chocolate, which is not problematic. It's just uninspiring.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've had the same white and milk Kinder Bueno mini. That's all I've had.
It's fine.
That's not bad, but again, uninspiring. Can I have a little different shape or something like that, you know?
Fuck's sake. I've just come from 5th to 6th, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
right,
guys,
get this in.
Advent calendars. Come on, Ruben. Ruben, do something. As you can see, we're getting progressively a bit more drunk. Well, I am.
Wet better side anyway.
Go on. Oh, Ruben. Oh, that was really nice.
Corner ball. That's a corner. That's a corner. Don't be a rat.
Show heel.
Thank God for that.
RLC just shunted his best 10 seconds of the season.
Look at that.
Yeah,
No, yeah. Fonseca's steaming.
Heat's coming off his head. Isn't it nice to have a manager with hair? Can I just say? How do you feel about that?
Man. And a slot.
I like hair though. I like hair.
What's Fonseca been booked for?
Complaining.
Dapper. Look at that outfit.
Yeah,
he looks good. He does look good.
My missus from now on is going to be chiming in, so if you hear her,
that's fine.
And you
Jordan, has she got wine or beer? I hope she's not got beer.
What you got? What you got to drink? What did you have? Coors Light.
I've got water.
You got water now. It's vodka. That's Coors Light prior to.
I've had 3 pints, which is about my maximum.
Yeah, fair. I'm not a pint. I can drink beer, but I'm more of a wine guy. I'm more sophisticated.
It's a rough soundbite if ever that gets leaked.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't. Retegi's coming on. Oh, it was Jim City. Samarsdic. Oh, fucking hell. Samarsdic's just scoring, isn't he?
Would you rather play Gym City or Sim City?
I wouldn't be playing Gym City, that's for sure.
Hate gyms.
Retegi.
What are you clapping? Oh, CDK's gone off. That's why she's clapping. Careful, lad.
Well, he did what? Score 1 goal? Scored 1 goal? Useless.
Nah, he's all right, you know. Also, right, here's something for you. I've got a hot take. Put this in the chat.
Go on.
Your replies. CDK won't start for us at the moment.
CDK would. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't.
You agree? You agree?
He wouldn't start over. He would start over Pulisic.
Oh, referee! What are we playing?
He wouldn't start over Morata. He wouldn't start over Leao.
Well, he wouldn't start up front, so the only position that he could start in would be number 10.
Yeah, number
And
10.
the answer is no. He wouldn't start in number 10 over Pulisic,
No.
who has
So,
better
yeah.
numbers than him since the. Oh, here we go. Oh, Tommy.
Tim Tammy.
Tommy Abraham.
Tim Tam's coming on.
Go on, Tim Tam.
So
Have you ever had a Tim Tam?
I have had a Tim Tam. You love Tim Tams, don't you?
Oh, I love Tim Tams.
See,
Best
I think
biscuits going.
Really?
I
think
like
we prefer penguins. Rebecca's in Australia. You prefer penguins, yeah. Tim Tam, you prefer Tim Tam. She preferred Tim Tams. I prefer penguins. You can get Tim Tams in Waitrose. You brought them all the way from Australia. Oh, that's bullshit. Bullshit. What's the point of going abroad now? Fucking hell.
Tim Tams are Australian, aren't they?
Yeah. Jim.
Bloke who used to be my boss brought
We've actually done a whole bottle tonight.
About 10 plus packs of Tim Tams into the office in circa 2020. God, they didn't last long. They're absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there's somewhere between.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, there's somewhere between a penguin and like a.
I do.
They're brilliant.
You do know I like my, everything Italian. I drink coffee, but I'll be honest. The odd British cup of tea with something chocolatey does fucking hit the spot. I can't.
English breakfast.
Oh yeah. Oh my.
What's your tea brand of choice?
Okay, we actually drink 2 teas.
Piss off.
Yeah. So. What a
save, Mike. Well done.
Lady Grey, which is like a slightly subtler Earl Grey. Marquez, and then I like PG Tips for my English breakfast.
Yeah, we've got PG Tips. Have we got Tetley?
I don't like Yorkshire Gold. Sorry, I don't like Yorkshire Gold. I think it's
no, we don't drink Yorkshire Gold either.
PG Tips. If I had to,
that's not £10 a box.
It's Tory Tory tea.
Yeah, Marquez for the everyday, and then I for English breakfast PG. That's what we have in our cupboard, which I think is fair. It's fine.
See, I've never been a big fan of fruit tea
coffee
at all.
I get lots of like stuff I take from work, so that's why I have it. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy it, to be honest.
No, you're right.
But coffee for me, Lavazza ground coffee is what I drink on a daily.
Yeah. All right, I've got another game for you.
God, that was a good save, Mike. Jesus.
Really good.
Fucking hell, Rateki's a bit lively, isn't he?
I like her.
He's a bit lively. Fucking hell.
Right. Got another game for you, yeah? Out of these 8, you've got to name your top 3 from the celebrations. Twix, Galaxy Caramel, Galaxy Regular, Snickers, Maltesers, Mars, Milky Way, Bounty. What's your
easy?
Top 3? Go on.
Milky Way number 1.
Right.
Maltesers number 2. Snickers number 3.
Snickers number 3, is it?
Yeah. Galaxy Normal number 4.
You'd have to rank them all. I was just going top 3, but I'm ready.
Galaxy Caramel.
Huh?
And then it was just Bounty, right?
Bounty and Twix.
Yeah, Twix then Bounty. I find Galaxy
Twix second bottom.
Yeah, I couldn't eat more than one Galaxy. There, it's over sweet for me. What about you?
Interestingly, Twix is number 1 for me. But
wow,
that's
I don't mind
Twix. I'm a big Twix fan when it comes to regular chocolate.
I'm a Kit Kat fan. I go Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Kit Kat for me. I fucking munch a Kit Kat all day.
What I'd go with, I have to remember something. I'd go Twix, regular Galaxy.
Really?
Malteser. No, Twix, Galaxy Caramel, and then maybe Malteser or Milky Way. Milky Way.
Yeah. It's a nice texture as well. It's got a nice like.
Yeah.
Right, Chuck's coming on, I think. Oh, what the fuck is Mike? Oh no.
Mike's okay.
Is this it now?
He's shaking his head. He's like, I'm shy.
Is this it now for Mike?
What did he do? Why does he always drop off the ball? It's so weird. It's like he has these spasms.
Oh no, this is actually bad. I can tell. This is not good. Good. He's not in a good way.
Yeah, all right. We got spotted. No way, we don't. Why is he rubbing his cheek? That's no good.
I love Mike,
Right.
but he's got leg problems, mate. Something
At
wrong with his
85
legs.
minutes, I'm gonna have to go and do the full-time
fine.
report, and I apologise for that. And
Fine.
if there's a
Thank you
goal,
for joining.
I may pop back in. But
Mike broke his dick.
dick,
Come on, guys, let's keep it PG.
does his dick come off? Are you a fan of the white chocolate versions of Twix or any other brand? David, where are you from? Because I want to know how far.
I reckon you're going to say Aldi or Lidl, aren't you? You're going to shout that, aren't you? I reckon. Yeah, you are. I knew you. I knew you with your little face.
No. David, I mean,
mate.
like, where, like, you know, are we? Because what I wanted can be Essex, right? Okay. So what I was going to say instantly was
Lidl.
a white chocolate Lion bar is probably the best conversion of normal to white chocolate bar that there is going.
I've got a
I
fact
like
about
a
Lion
white
bars.
chocolate Twix, but I can't have a full. Do you know what the not the bigger size? What do they call a bigger size?
Extra.
Extra large
Twix
Twix. I
extra.
can't do a white extra large Twix, where I can do a normal one.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go on.
White chocolate Kit Kat, really
White
good.
chocolate Kit Kat. Right.
Yeah.
Go on.
I've
Say
got
it
a
again.
fact about Lion bars.
A white chocolate Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm with that. I like any kind of Kit Kat.
I just made 3 people drop off.
Yeah, they've gone.
Listen, hear me out. I want to know why. Do you know why Lion bars are called Lion bars?
No, I don't. Go on.
Because
I've no idea, actually.
Because when you chop a lion bar and you look inside, it's meant to look like a lion's mane. That's a fact.
Because of the caramel dripping down. Yeah.
Yep. That's why they called it Lion bars. Yeah. I've just blown everyone. Everyone listening has had their mind blown if they know what that is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Every day's a school day. Cheers.
That's mental.
I'm quite pissed actually because we've had a whole bottle of wine tonight. I don't usually do that, but
Can't remember last time. Oh, we had a wine in Greece, didn't we, in Athens?
Wine taste.
That was beautiful. We went for a wine tasting session in Athens.
Oh,
It was
lovely.
absolutely superb. We did whites and rosés, didn't we? 'Cause she's not a red wine fan, but I don't mind a red wine with the right meal. Steak or something.
Wine tastings are good. Wine tastings are good.
Yeah.
My favourite chocolate.
Charlie.
Oh yeah, my favourite chocolate bar though. Ooh, Kit Kat
Is
Chunky.
Mike still on you?
Specifically, Kit Kat Chunky.
Kit Kat Chunky,
Specifically.
yeah. Yours or Dave? Oh right, yeah.
That's mine. Yeah, sorry, Dave.
David Essex, then, eh? Did he end up being a nonce? There's something up with him, wasn't there? No offense, Dave.
Thought we dead.
He didn't die, did he? No, he's 77. He's still alive. That's going
Actually,
on me.
As a church goer myself, or well, supposedly it used to. Should be. You can't get drunk off that kind of wine, mate. It's barely alcoholic. I'm telling you.
What
you can't. Holy wine. You can't get drunk off that shit.
Holy wine's just water in it.
No. It's sweet wine. It's
What,
very,
like
very
malt
slight alcoholic. No. It's almost like dessert wine, really.
Doing Winter Wonderland this year.
God knows. Big waste of money. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it twice.
Sorry, you should have said that before I offended you. But
it's only £5 in. I mean, you spend as much as you want when you get in there. But
nah.
we've got I've got a mate coming down Tuesday, and then on a week.
Fuck off. Who's keeping him on side?
Mike. Then a week on Saturday, going with both sets of parents. Right, I'm going to watch this corner, and I'm going to go and do the report. But what I will say to all of you is thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, Ollie, thanks for joining, mate. Pleasure.
Maybe next time I can not have to do the report and then just stay on throughout. But please defend this corner, and then I will go. We can't do it.
We
can't do it.
Do you know what? Lookman was absolutely gagging for a goal all game. Oh God.
Just have a look at the offside. That's all I'll say. Have a look at the glancing header there.
I hate football. Why do we watch football? What is the point? There's no way we're getting back in this game now. Take up yoga. Yeah, but it's less exciting. Good for you, I agree.
Don't know. I just think you might have strayed there at the far post.
I'd be embarrassed, right? This guy played for Charlton, Everton, Fulham, and Leicester.
Hang on. He's
No,
off.
he's onside. He's onside. Oh!
Do you know what? That was a really good finish as well.
All right.
Lookman
See
was
everyone.
danger man all game.
This club can get it bin.
How Huddersfield doing?
How many have we won in a row, Tal?
We've won 7 in a row at home.
There you go.
All right. We don't want to
get beat
that.
tomorrow.
Bigger
Cheers,
than
everyone.
Watchalong.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Thanks,
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Right. Last few minutes. Can we get an equalizer? Oh, lads. Lookman was gagging for a goal all game, I'm telling you. I don't know what Emerson was doing. It's annoying because I actually was talking about, I thought he had quite a good game for his standards anyway. Oh, for fuck's sake. He's always had concentration problems, that player, but nah. No. This has nothing to do with Fonseca for me. This was concentration. I think he should have made subs earlier, though. I think he should have made them about 10 minutes earlier. But then again, we've been fairly lifeless. I would argue we've been fairly lifeless since Pulisic came off, really. But that was no fault of Fonseca. One of those things. It's a shame because I think we earned a point in this match. No, we don't. I mean, we deserve to lose because we lost concentration, Philip. But I think actually we played all right. Just concentration. Yeah, I agree. The subs were made far too late. For a game like this, the subs were made far too late. I would have also brought on a different defender. Yeah, it's just... I agree with you there, Philip. It's nothing to do with Fonseca. This isn't a Fonseca issue at all. All right, another ex-Milan player then, Rossoneri. We deserve. I don't think we deserve to lose. I just think the players let us down. Lookman was gagging for a goal all game. I'm not sure really what to say because I don't think we played badly. I thought this game would have been a lot more open, actually. Come on, Ruben. Ruben for a big man, you know, he's not great on the ball. Now I agree. This annoys me because we've conceded and Atalanta have been on top. All right, here we go. Come on, Ruben. Release the ball! For fuck's sake! Oi! Scalvini is coming on as well. Jesus Christ. I don't actually know what to say about this game because from what I've seen, I have to watch it back. The individual sort of key moments, but I don't think we've played badly. I think tactically it's been all right. I think Fonseca set up fairly well. Again, I don't think we deserve to win it. I don't think we did enough to win it, but I think we definitely deserve a point out of this match, 100%. But unfortunately, oh, for fuck's sake, Darun is all on his own here. Great save. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, that wasn't Darun. That was Retegi. I apologise. Sorry. Retegi got absolutely ahead of Teo and fluffed his lines completely there. Yeah, I agree, Michael. He has lost a step. Yeah, this is what annoys me more, because since we've conceded, we've played worse. That's what annoys me more. I'm actually haven't been annoyed with the performance, but we've gone behind and we've played worse. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't respect from the players, and that's nothing to do with Fonseca for me. Yes, the only thing I would say Fonseca did wrong is he should have put the subs on about 10 minutes earlier. When the game was a bit flat, both teams weren't really pressing each other. Because as soon as the subs were made, Atalanta start pressing and pressing and pressing. Lukman was gagging for a goal, and well, what happened is he got one from another set piece or corner anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Teo's been awful this season. We don't want it. There's no spine. Understand the club. No Italians given the time of day for your years, treated like shit and forced out. The club is rotting. Look, I agree with that sentiment. I think that's quite extreme. But look, as someone who is also Italian, English, but my family are all Italian. I consider myself Italian. I love the fact that. Come on. Oh, stop with the fucking. Oh! I think what's more annoying is this Atalanta team are gettable. As good as they've been in attack, they've not been great in defence. Yeah, we deserve a point out of this match. But yeah, look, I agree with you to a point, Jack, but that might be a little bit extreme. Well, 10 points clear of top 4 ain't a coach issue. Props to Napoli, though, going against the odds or Lazio for that instance. I'm not sure what you mean by Rossoneri there, but yeah, that's why I don't get show here. I don't get why we're doing no flicks and first-time passes. We could have got them in that counter-attack about 30 seconds ago. They were open. They had one defender ahead of Reinders there. Yeah, he has been. I'm right about Tammy. I'm telling you, he's not good enough. That's what's frustrating. We lose this game, and when we went behind, we became worse. That's why I'm annoyed personally. I'm annoyed because I always thought we'd lose this game, I'll be honest. So this doesn't come as a surprise to me. I think it's annoying because we showed that we could win it. And I think that's quite upsetting. Yeah, it's finished 2-1. Lukman's the winner. Real shame, that. Real shame. Because we deserved a point in that, guys. We really, really did. But at the same time, we didn't show enough fight when we went a goal down. That was gettable. I'm telling you, that was gettable. They left themselves wide open. They were panicking the last 10 minutes. And we also panicked. And that's where what you were saying, Jack, earlier about not having the spirit, that's where I kind of agree with you. Because a team that wants to win the game would have realised, hang on, we've got enough time here. We've got 8. I think they had close to 10 minutes since they equalised. Calm it down, take a breather. I'm not saying would have equalised, but the one attack that we had that could have at least been a chance, just fluffed it because we wanted to do fancy one-time passes. The inconsistency in Milan, they remind me of Tottenham. Very frustrating. It's my choice of. It's not my choice of manager, but we have to make do. It's not my choice either. But I don't think he was the problem tonight. I don't think he was the problem. I really don't. I think that was pure concentration. I really do. The second half was a lot worse than the first half. I agree, Cherry. His game management was poor, but I think he was let down by the players tonight. I really do. I think the only thing that he had a glaring mistake was he should have put the subs on earlier when the game was flat, and he didn't. He didn't take advantage of when Atalanta was sort of out of the game. He let them build back momentum. We clearly were lack of ideas in the sort of 60th minute onwards. That's where I agree his management was poor, but I think he was let down by poor concentration today. I really do. Yeah, 100%. We were a different side when Ruben came on, which is a shame. Pulisic is our most important player. And yeah, I agree, Marzino. Top 4 is our aim this season. It's quite clear. I don't think that's true, Philip. I think the first half we played really well. I know Atalanta are Atalanta. They're not a traditional top team, but for me, they're the best team in the league. They play the best football. They have the most iconic brand. They're one of the best teams in Europe. We went there away, and for 60 minutes, I think we were pretty good. Obviously, there's not loads of positivities because we lost it, and I think we lost it for reasons that we've seen previously: lack of concentration, issues with focusing. I think we deserved the point, but I then agree with you, Philip. I think we lost that point deserving as soon as we went down because we rolled over. We didn't fight back in the way that I expected, and it wasn't like we had only a couple minutes. We had all near enough 10 minutes. We didn't really do anything with it. Yeah, I agree. Again, I agree. Yeah, look, I don't think this was a other than I've said many times. I think Fonseca made the subs a bit too late, and that side of game management was poor from him. But tactically, I think we set up quite well. We were let down by the players for me tonight. The last 15 minutes was woeful. I don't understand that. This is the biggest game of the season for us to this point, and this is what these players get paid millions of pounds for. And I do think, especially players like Theo Hernandez, I know, again, not going into the details is not right, but there are other things going on with him in his personal life. This is what you're paid the big bucks for. Like, it doesn't even matter. They're all millionaires. You're paid to concentrate until the 95th, 96th minute. That's what you're paid for. And as soon as they hit the 80th minute, we just switched off. It's poor. It's poor. We're not a winning team. We haven't got that mentality. Atalanta do. And they're a better team. So we needed to be 110%. And we were like 70% switched on. It's just not good enough. We are too reliant on Pulisic. We dipped massively. Ruben's not the same player he was first season. He's a completely different profile to Pulisic. Yeah. Tammy was a mental signing, one good season about 4 years ago, but hasn't backed it up. Yeah, I don't rate Tammy. We didn't deserve a point. Are you watching? No, obviously I watched it. I mean, I think, like I said, I think up until the 80th minute, give or take, I think we were good for the point. I do. You've got to bear in mind, Philip, this isn't just Atalanta. This is a really good team. I think the best team in the league. And we're not the best team in the league. So getting a point away at Atalanta doesn't sound like a good result, but it is. It is. Did we deserve the point? I think yes, up until the 80th minute. You could say 60th minute, really, but I think we did enough because the game from the 65th minute was fairly flat. Atalanta were getting a bit of joy, but we were defending quite well. That's just how I see it. We have to. We absolutely have to. Top four is a absolute bare minimum, guys. It's an absolute bare minimum. You guys were saying Calabria and Royale were good. No. I never said that they were quality. I said actually both our words were that they're very upgradable. I thought that I think both players are about as good as each other. Actually, is what we said. They're both very upgradable players. There's no one else who can play the Pulisic role. He controls the game so well. Yeah, he's fantastic. He's integral. Yeah, they were dirty. They were dirty, but they weren't dirty to the point of like. Yeah, there were a couple cards more that they should have had, but yeah, that's what I'm annoyed about. That's where Fonseca let us down. But really, that's the players for me. And then you say like Fonseca doesn't have a winning mentality. Every press conference he complains how difficult Serie A teams are. Fine, I don't necessarily disagree with that, but it's a player issue for me, and I know that comes from the coach. But Pioli wasn't dissimilar. We know that Fonseca's not our first choice. We know he's not an elite coach. I think that's kind of been decided at this point. It's kind of old news for me. I'm very well aware that he's not elite, but he's what we've got. I don't really know what else to say on that point. I'm very well aware he's not an elite manager. I like him. I don't love him. I never have. But I've got to back him because the management ain't going to get rid of him anytime soon, guys. He's not. And I agree with this. I think the game was there for the taking, at least the point. And again, this would have been a fantastic point. A win would have been really huge, but a point would have been really good as well. What should the players do when only have one attacking player that can create with no attackers on the right side, only defenders and midfielders? Yeah, look. The subs were made too late, and when the subs were made, there wasn't the right concentration, there wasn't the right combination, whatever you want to say. 22 points from 14 games is not a top four pace. Also, we have 2 games every week for the next 2 months. Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. When we were at 1-1, Fonseca was fine with just a draw. That attitude is not acceptable for a once great club. I said it before and I'll say it again. The season is a waste league-wise. Coppa Italia or bust. Yeah. I'm in two minds about this one because you're quite right. A team like Milan club like Milan should aim to win every single game they take part in. But I don't think you guys. Maybe you're wrong. I know certain people do, but the people that are this Atalanta team are seriously good. They're seriously good. Now, I'm not saying that we should have the confidence and the arrogance almost to be like, yeah, we're Milan, we should be better. But we've also got to be realistic. I'm sorry, this Atalanta team are fucking good. They were there for the taking today. I don't think they were at their best tonight, but this is a really good team. Really good team, guys. You can't contextually, yes, historically, yes, we should go in going, yeah, we're Biggie Big Bollocks, one of the big boys. But I'm sorry, this Atalanta team are not a pushover. I'm not trying to wax lyrical about them, but you've got to look at the context. They're one of the best teams in Europe right now. That's, the refs were bad. Look, I'm just going through some. Yeah, Showhill. Cheers, guys. Cheers for joining. I'm going to head off in a moment as well. But enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's a Friday. I personally didn't have a huge high hopes for this. I think this was like a 70% chance of a loss. It's just a shame because majority of that match, it was quite evident that we could have won it. That's what's annoying, really. But at the same time, what would you guys have said if we got played off the park 4-0 or something like that, or 3-4? I don't know, It's a tough one about the Fonseca playing for a draw thing. I don't necessarily disagree, but at the same time, It's a tough one because the game was there for the taking. I would like to know what you guys would have done out of interest, other than put the subs on earlier. What would you have liked to have seen? Because honestly, for me, what was let down, and I don't disagree that Fonseca was playing for a draw and that players let him down, that he was trying to defend the 1-1. I don't disagree with that. But ultimately, for me, the players were to blame tonight. The likes of Teo and Royale were really, really bad. Really, really bad. And Ruben as well. Yeah, I've said this, Anthony. Yeah, they weren't at their best. They were there for the taking. Yeah, Coppa Italia, absolutely, guys. Look, Atalanta are crazy good, but I still expect a better show. Again, I think the problem with what this game showed is that when we concentrate, when we put our minds to it, this team's got quality. The first half, we were toe to toe away. This is an away performance with, I think, the best team in the league. Amazing. But then we couple it with a really uninspiring, flat, crappy second half, which doesn't help with the subs being too late. I don't know what to tell you. That's Milan at the moment. We're inconsistent. Yeah. I think that's too simplistic. Inter are a far better team than us. I'm sorry. They play a different system. But I don't disagree that this game was winnable. I've said that, for the first 60 minutes. Anyway, lads, I'm going to head off. Absolute pleasure. It's a shame about the loss. But I don't know about you guys. I personally wasn't expecting a win tonight. I really wasn't. In fact, I actually got more confident watching the game because I thought we would have been played off the park a lot more than we were. And I think for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you as well, you realise that actually what was more upsetting is the fact that the game was winnable. But yeah, we're out the Scudetto race, 100%. We're not winning the league. For me, that's been a few weeks, been quite apparent. Top four, I've said it in pub chat, I've said it, in other forums that you guys may or may not have seen. Top four is our aim. I don't think that ruins the project or anything. I think, it's not going to cause issues, but we have to get top four. It's a really competitive season as well. You've got to remember, I know people say it's still early. It still is relatively early. And because the league is so congested, Lazio and Fiorentina, for example, will not be able to compete where they are. There are, I think, only one spot up for place. Potentially, Serie A will get 5 spots because I think they're doing quite well in Europe, Milan included. We're likely to get 5 spots, but we can't bank on it. So let's just say 4. Inter, Atalanta, and Napoli, I think, are dead set to get 3, which means there's 1 spot up for grabs. Juve, Lazio, Fiorentina at the moment. I think Fiorentina and Lazio are going to drop out, and it's going to be between us and Juve. I think we're better than Juve. I really do. So anyway, on that note, guys, look, have a great weekend. Absolutely, thank you for joining. Yeah, David, thank you. If any of you in London, let us know. We'd love to catch a game. But otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend. Absolute pleasure for joining me tonight. And we'll see you on Wednesday for Red Star. But don't let it ruin your weekend. For me, maybe I'm pessimistic, but it was always a bit of a mammoth game, this one. Unfortunately, we got the wrong side of the coin. And for me, it was more upsetting because we had a chance of winning it after watching it. Like, it was a winnable game that we kind of let slip through our fingers. But that's Milan this season. So, ciao tutti, forza Milan. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.